Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Ardenelville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our stripe. Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
So we can't beat beat.
We can't beat beat.
Who beat?
Who let the dogs out? It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for tonight's blackout for the Martinsburg Bulldogs as they host the undefeated number one team in 4A, the Morgantown Mohigans, here tonight. Pregame show is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit them online at whmsystems.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me on the call here this evening is Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producer is Donna Schaffner. Got a full camera crew for you here tonight. Up high, we have Rodney Watcher and Ethan Elliott. Down on the sideline, it's Jillian Haynes and Vernon Dale Piquel. And back at the studio is Kyler High. You'll hear from him at halftime and during the postgame with some scores from around the state. But it's finally here. It's Martinsburg, it's Morgantown, and it's the Bulldogs, possibly the underdogs here tonight, Dylan.
I think they kind of have to be with how Morgantown has played this season. I mean, Maddox Twig, we've seen him before, but it wasn't in a ton of action. He was still splitting with the other quarterback when we went down to Morgantown last year. But even in that game, Morgantown gave the Bulldogs a good run for their money, especially in that first half. Now, they don't have the same running back from last year, but Maddox Twig has looked like he's taken a step to be one of, if not the best players in the state of West Virginia so far this year. Through the air, has 851 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception, and has also ran the ball for 273 yards, averaging over 7 yards a carry. Then Isaiah Thompson, their tailback, leading the team in carries with 68, has already 614 yards, 9 yards a carry. And the defensive stats for Morgantown are very impressive as well. So they are the legit number 1 team. They have earned this ranking. Now they're going to have a really big test here coming to Martinsburg, a team that eventually was able to lay it on them a good bit last year. So, have we really seen this much improvement from Morgantown? We're going to be able to find out tonight. But on the other side, Martinsburg has struggled a little bit. We saw those first 2 games of the year against Camden and Huntington. They struggled to move the ball on offense, through the air especially, but in these last few games, they've opened up a little bit, been able to get Boston Todd going on the outside. He had over 100 rushing and receiving yards each against Musselman last week. So this is the biggest test of the year for both of these teams, I'd say.
Yeah, and will Martinsburg be up for the task is the question here at 4-2, currently 8th in the WVSSAC playoff ratings. You expect them to be a playoff team, but typically you expect them at the top of those ratings, and a team that you consistently see with home field advantage like where Morgantown is right now. So if the Bulldogs can get the win here tonight, they solidify themselves back in that conversation as a title contender this year as they try to continue to defend back-to-back state titles.
This can be a huge swing in terms of playoff seeding. I think if Martinsburg loses this game, their path to even having a home playoff game looks pretty rough. Versus if they win this game, they could find themselves not playing a single postseason game on the road until they get to the neutral site state championship game. It can be that big of a swing in this game.
We got a full slate of high school football here tonight. This is our matchup. Let's send it to our first break of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show so that you can hear from myself with the other matchups from around the state here tonight and the Panhandle, as well as everybody but Spring Mills in action tonight in the EPAC. This is West Virginia High School Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Rock's local market.
Free money you can't lose. Download the Casino Kings app today.
Prohibited word void. Must claim to be 21 or older. Free money is not cash. Won't cannot be withdrawn. This obtains free money or unrestricted market offer. Must be claimed by the end of this period. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've probably heard that sped up disclaimer at the end of sportsbook ads. The ones that say,
Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
But can they really help you stop gambling? Yes. They've helped thousands of people here in West Virginia stop gambling and take back their lives. They provide guidance and resources, including financial counseling and even free software to block gambling sites. So talk to someone who will take the time to listen. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the check of the area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. Unlike last week, everyone this week has a non-conference game or they're on a bye. The team on a bye this week is the Spring Mills Cardinals. Last week, the Cardinals picked up a 51-7 win over the Washington Patriots to improve to 4-2 on the season. This week, they find themselves in 5th in the WVSSAC playoff ratings. Here's Spring Mills head coach Marcus Law with how they're doing and what they did this week.
We're a little bit more banged up than we were than last year. I mean, I think our schedule itself, we've kind of upgraded some of those games. So in the years past, I would say a little bit less competition. You know, you get Morgantown last week. That's a top-tier team, and then you get a little bit banged up there. But I will say our guys have done a great job all year that we offer, Saturday treatment for them, and those guys do a pretty good job of getting there. But this bye week will be big for us. Getting those guys and some of the different things that we can do for them and try to get them back on the field. But taking this bye week, we certainly want to work on ourselves. We'll take some of this time to kind of prep a little bit for University High. But there are some basic fundamental things that we started to work on last week that I want to continue to sell at a little bit.
With that 51-7 loss to Spring Mills last week, the Washington Patriots fell to 2-3 overall. They find themselves in 11th in the WVSSAC playoff ratings. This week, the Patriots take on the Southern Bulldogs out of Hardwood, Maryland. Here's what Washington head coach Terry Ray had to say about this week's matchup.
We have to communicate better on both the offense and defense side of the ball. We had a breakdown, like I said, last week with that. We have to do a better job this week in order to be successful. Southern's a 50-50 run-pass team. They run a little spread. They run a little two-back on offense. Defensively, they're an even front. They're 4-2-5. They're a pretty good football team. We just got to be mentally prepared and come out and play 4 quarters of football. Again, I think we need to establish the run, get our passing game a little bit more involved. We didn't pass very much last week. It just wasn't working in our favor. But overall, we match up well with them. It should be an exciting Friday night.
Next, we check in on the Musselman Applemen. Last week, they fought hard for most of the game against Martinsburg, but eventually the Bulldogs managed to pull away to a 48-20 victory, dropping Musselman's record to 1-4. They find themselves in 12th in the WVSSAC playoff ratings. This week, the Applemen host the Boonesboro Warriors out of Maryland. Here's Musselman head coach Brian Thomas's scouting report on his team's opponents.
They're 4-1. They're really good. They won 10 games last year, so it continues to not get any easier for us. They're a really good team. They run their stuff really well, and they're really good at what they do. They're kind of similar to us a little bit. They run some unorthodox stuff, so it's different to prepare for. So they're physical. They have speed. They have a couple really good backs. They have a really good quarterback. A couple linemen that are really big and physical, and they're really old. They play pretty much all seniors and juniors. I think they're starting 8 seniors offensively. So you're playing a team like that a lot of those kids were on the field last year when they won the 10 games, and they're back this year, and haven't already started 4-1. So it's definitely going to be a tough matchup for us.
The Hedgesville Eagles are now 0-5 after suffering a 49-0 loss at Jefferson last week. This week they find themselves tied for 19th in the WVSSAC playoff ratings. Unfortunately, things don't get any easier for the Eagles this week as they go into Pennsylvania, where the 7-0 Albert Gallatin Colonials are waiting for them. Here are Hedgesville head coach Matt Faircloth's thoughts on Albert Gallatin.
They're really big up front. They execute their blocking scheme really, really well. They're a midline triple option team. Their fullback is he's going to be a handful, 6'2", 215, runs downhill athlete. And they got some guys at wing and out wide that can really get after you. Defensively, they're sound. They're big up front, like I said, in their gap scheme. They understand gap assignment football, and they come downhill.
Lastly, we check in on the Jefferson Cougars because they don't play until tomorrow. Jefferson's 49-0 win over Hedgesville last week was its first win of the season. They're now 1-4 overall and 13th in the WVSSAC playoff ratings. The Cougars travel down to Charleston to go head-to-head with the undefeated George Washington Patriots. Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter broke down what GW has and what his team needs to do to combat them.
Cypher Singer, kind of like a dual-threat quarterback. I mean, he don't run as much, but he can run the ball. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He's got a good deep ball. We got to make sure we get the run game taken care of with Jaden Black, and then make sure that, Kyle Martin, we get him covered. I mean, those are the three main guys that they have, in their offense. They have other guys, some speedy guys, and Samaji Wesley, and then Jamari Smith. So, those guys are kind of like their little speed guys, but their main target they like to go to is Kyle Martin, hand the ball off to Jaden Black. So we got to make sure we have the running game under control and put them in situations that are more helpful for us.
That was the Check of the Area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly. Rock's. We'll be right back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
Welcome back here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, as we're about 45 minutes away from kickoff for tonight's contest between the top-ranked Morgantown Mohigans, who are 6-0, coached by Sean Beiser, and your 4-2 Martinsburg Bulldogs, trying to defend home turf here tonight and end that Mohigan undefeated run. Something that they haven't done in a long, long time, not only be undefeated, but beat the Bulldogs on the field as well.
Something many teams haven't done in a long time, but if any Morgantown team was going to do it, this looks like it would be the one. If not this year, then in a year while they have Twig. But the defense is what has really stood out for the Mohigans so far this year, where they've only given up more than 7 points one time this season, and it was in a 48-21 win against Connellsville. But overall, on the season, their defensive stats are pretty incredible, where they're giving up 8.2 points per game, as I mentioned. The thing that really stands out, 2.2 yards per attempt running the ball against Morgantown so far this year. Teams have 350 rushing yards through 6 games. So that's less than 60 yards a game on the ground. And if Morgantown's defense is going to be able to do that against Martinsburg tonight, I don't know how Martinsburg wins the game. Unless Maddox Twig is banged up. We heard that he had an ankle injury last week that he's not 100% with, but is going to play through. So maybe this turns into a slog where neither team is scoring a lot of points. But I think if the Mohigans play the level of defense that they've been playing, where they shut out Spring Mills and only gave up 7 points to Wheeling Park, and we've talked about Braylon Wack from Wheeling Park running for 200 yards a game against most other teams, only 7 points up on the board, and clearly the rushing stats not very affected for Morgantown. Again, they've only given up 350 on the entire season. So I'm very intrigued. 9 turnovers forced for the defense of Morgantown as well. The third down and fourth down percentages for teams against the Mohigans has been pretty rough. Overall, 24% conversion rate on third down, 41% on fourth down out of 34 attempts. 4 for 12 in the first half of games, if you want to cut out some garbage time. And I will say the one thing that stands out to me is that the passing defense numbers for Morgantown don't look great in the first half of games, where you would say that no starters have been rested or anything. Giving up 7 yards per attempt, 64% completion percentage. So we'll see if maybe Martinsburg can take advantage of that, but that's been Martinsburg's weakness as well.
Step aside, take another break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from the head coach of the Morgantown Mohigans, Sean Beiser. You're tuned into West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Jonathan Bodwell Insurance Solutions. We've been serving the Eastern Panhandle with their insurance needs for 20 years. We specialize in Medicare and health insurance plans. Medicare can be scary. We help seniors navigate the Medicare maze and not get taken advantage of by the call centers. We give honest, local advice on your insurance. We're located in the Aiken Center, 304-283-0864.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first, Parsons. I'm now joined by the head coach of the Morgantown Mohigans, Sean Beiser. Coach, your team off to a fantastic start so far this season, undefeated, 6-0, number one team in the state. What I guess has been the biggest thing for your team to find success in this year?
I think just we've been playing complementary football. The offense has helped the defense out, and the special teams have kind of all played. And when one team has not, one phase has not played its best, the other side of the ball has picked it up. So I think that's been crucial to what we've been doing.
And of course, it comes with, though, an undefeated start, being the number one team in the state. A lot of pressure around that as well. How have you been able to make sure your guys handle that pressure and continue the success so far?
I mean, honestly, I don't really feel like it's been any pressure. It is what it is. I mean, our record's going to put us where it's going to put us, and if we sit around worrying about being number one or two or whatever it is, that will get to you. And at this point, it really doesn't mean anything. We got a lot of games left to play. So to be honest with you, we don't talk about it. It's not even something that we've brought up to each other. That's things for everybody else to worry about. We're just worrying about trying to get better every week.
What are some things that you guys have been trying to get better at here this week?
We just got to prepare for Martinsburg. I mean, they're a great team, and they're well coached, and they're athletic and physical and all the things you want in a good football team. So, we've had to try to get better up front on both sides of the ball because they're going to be, they're really good on both sides of the ball up front. Our back end has had a lot of work. Just the normal things you work on, the blocking and tackling and making sure you're running the coverages right and executing the plays right, just all the little things. That's really what we've been working on getting better at.
Just over the halfway point for your team this year now. Are you guys meeting, or are they meeting your expectations so far this season on the field, or are there still overall a few more things that you want to tune up a little bit more other than what you just listed off?
I mean, I think you always have to try to get better. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse because everybody else around you is getting better. So I think that just goes with the territory. You have to try to get better every day at practice, every rep, every day. And, in terms of our overall expectations, I really didn't set a lot of expectations. I kind of go on a daily type thing where, I expect us to try to improve today. And then if we try to improve tomorrow and stack those days, if we can do that, then we're going to get better as a football team. And that's kind of the way we look at it.
For your team around the state, the primary, talking headline is Maddox Twig, your starting quarterback, having a spectacular season. What has made him so special here this year, from a freshman last year now to being a sophomore and the starter?
Yeah, I mean, he does a great job for us. He's physically developed. I mean, he doesn't look, if you walked into a room with a bunch of other sophomores, you wouldn't think he was a sophomore. I think that's one. The two is he's improved from last year, his recognition of coverages and what we do and the schemes we're running and the changes that we made in our system and offense. I think he's embraced that and tried to become a student of the game, and I think that's really helped him out a lot.
Who else around him has really stepped up as well to help him out?
I mean, offensively, you got to look at Carter Cooper, number one. He's been really explosive for us. He's maybe not touched the ball quite as much as he should have sometimes, but he has made the most of every opportunity. Also, Jaden Smalls has come in big for us and made plays, as well as Isaiah Thompson, who's really stepped up in the backfield and kind of solidified that number one spot at running back for us. And being able to distribute the ball to all those different people has helped us out. That way, it's hard to just focus on one person. You try to get the ball to all those guys, and all of them have a chance to make plays and be explosive. So that's always good for your offense when that happens.
How about defensively? What's made this year so good for them?
I mean, I think our defensive fronts played really well for the most part. We've had our linebacker play has been really well. So the box itself has been really solid for us. And then on the back end, we've had some kids who were able to go out and make some plays and have some depth there. So when one guy had to go out, another guy stepped in, and we really didn't lose anything. So I think those have been important factors for us on defense. And our coaching staff does a great job to play into our strengths.
On to this week's game. What else stands out to you about this year's Bulldogs team?
They're very balanced offensively. Last year the quarterback seemed to make everything go. This year there's multiple guys that have an impact and are explosive. Their quarterback, their receivers, their running back, you name it, they got a guy who can take it to the house. So that helps them out immensely. And I think they're probably a little bit better up front than they were last year on both sides of the ball as well. So that, those create some serious challenges. And as always, they're always really good and aggressive on special teams, and that helps them out a ton where, they are able to steal possessions from other teams and things like that. So those are all, things you have to prepare for as a team when you're playing them.
What's it going to take in your mind for your team to get that win down here?
Well, we're going to have to play flawless football. We're going to have to play flawless football and hope to get some opportunities. Hopefully they make a mistake or two and we can capitalize on it. But we have to be able to possess the ball and move it. And then on the flip side, we got to be able to get some stops. That's not always the easiest thing against those guys. And our special teams, probably more than anything else, our special teams has to be ready to go and play a phenomenal game for us and win that special teams battle.
Thank you for the time, Coach Beiser. Have a safe trip for you and your team, and best of luck tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well. That was our coach's interview with Sean Beiser of the Morgantown Mohigans. Coach's interviews are brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
What are you looking for? How about some craft beer? Or maybe you want some New York style pizza. Maybe some time with your family. Or maybe you want to have game night with all your friends out on the patio. Yeah, we got that.
Are you looking for a lager? Maybe a stout or IPA. We've got that.
Our dough is made fresh every day. Our sauce is made daily. And our mozzarella is absolutely amazing. Our neighborhood is growing, and it deserves a place where you can have great food, great beer, and a great ambiance. And that place is right here.
Andy's Pizza and Inferno Brewery. Andy'sPizza.com.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Half an hour away from kickoff for tonight's contest between number 1 Morgantown and your Martinsburg Bulldogs. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop here tonight, on-site producer Donna Schaffner, camera crew tonight, Rodney Watcher, Ethan Elliott, Jillian Haynes, and Vernon Dale Paquel. Back at the studio is Kyler High. Martinsburg on a 4-game winning streak. It looks like they might have finally figured everything out, but maybe it's because of the level of competition we'll see tonight with Morgantown here.
That's the big question to me, because you started off the season with 2 really tough opponents in Camden and Huntington, and so far on the year, you would say Morgantown's been better than Huntington. It's that way in the rankings, it's like that in their records. But Morgantown is banged up in the trenches, and Maddox Twig sprained his ankle last week, but it seems like he's fine from what we know.
Yeah, he's fine from what I've seen down below.
Yeah. So what worries me is what we talked about in the last segment, 2 yards per carry that Morgantown's defense is allowing. Now, if some of that has been mitigated by injuries, that could change things and flip things in Martinsburg's favor. I think either way, we're going to see a lot of Brian Dick carrying the ball tonight. I wouldn't doubt if Brian Dick, I think you even said it to me off air, if he had 20 carries tonight. I wouldn't doubt it. And I think you're going to see that, manufactured touches to Boston Todd whenever they can get them. You'll see a couple screen passes to other receivers, a wheel route or 2 maybe to a running back, and outside of that, it's going to be Martinsburg running the ball, and we'll see if the offensive line of Martinsburg can hold up. And then on the other side, how do you contain Maddox Twig and Isaiah Thompson? Because that's a dynamic duo running the ball that can give you some trouble. And then do you get any sort of breakdown in the secondary where it feels like Martinsburg could be a little weaker than the front 7? Because we've had a lot of faith in the Martinsburg defensive line, the linebackers, Ricketts and Knight at linebacker, defensive linemen like Kovacs and Urias. Will the guys in the secondary, when Morgantown does drop back to pass, which is only about 10 times a game that Twig throws the ball, is 1 or 2 of those passes a 50-yard touchdown? Because that could really flip things. We saw multiple big plays down the field by Morgantown last year against Martinsburg, and that contributed to a reason that things were close at the half between the Mohigans and the Bulldogs last year. So those are sort of the question marks. I've really gone into this game thinking it's about a toss-up. So
I have too, but it's going to come down to those explosive plays. That is what we've seen be Martinsburg's kryptonite for the most part here this season. Other than last week, you were still able to take care of business on the ground against Musselman, who looked really good. They had those big plays that led to 3 touchdowns, and then Camden, their 4 touchdowns were all because of explosive plays. Huntington, it was just a tough go-around for Martinsburg. You kind of beat yourself there at the start, had the slow start, and then couldn't come back, but it's really been the explosive plays. If Martinsburg can limit those here tonight when Morgantown takes those chances and the Bulldogs get some of their own, I think we finally see that upset.
That would kind of be my thought as well, because this feels like a game where there might not be a lot of points scored. There might not be a lot of possessions on both sides, or maybe they're just not. It's a lot of 3 and outs. We don't know. But we'll see if maybe injuries have contributed to a difference there. But so if that's the case, low scoring, hey, a big play or two can be all the difference.
Let's step aside, take another break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from Martinsburg head coach Dave Walker, as well as a few Bulldog players and quarterback Brian Dick, wide receiver / safety for the team as well, Boston Todd. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The 39th Annual West Virginia Breeders' Classic is Saturday, October 11th at the Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races. Post time is 7 p.m. Come out early to enjoy Odyssey Band, food trucks, caricatures, and a photo booth. There's 10 races featuring West Virginia's finest thoroughbreds competing for year-end honors and championships. The Breeders' Classic is the Super Bowl for West Virginia horsemen. So get ready for another unforgettable evening at the track for the 39th Annual West Virginia Breeders' Classic.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Join us for the 46th Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival with all of your favorite apple harvest events, from the crowning of Queen Pomona to the grand feature parade to the festival at the fairgrounds with apple contests, the pop-up shops, a rodeo, and live entertainment. There's something for everyone. Celebrate our heritage, apples, and community at the 46th Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival. Visit msahf.com for a complete schedule or follow us on Facebook for more details.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, David Walker, as well as the juice man for the team, Sharif Williams. Coach, your team, very gritty win last week against Musselman, 48-20. What did you learn about your guys this time around?
I mean, I was pleased with the way that they continued to play, throughout the game. We give up basically 3 big plays that really kept them in it, but it was good for us to be able to play 4 quarters and really come out and have to fight to the end. I thought it was good for us.
Start off offensively, what did you like?
We were able to get some big plays. I thought we did some good things up front. I thought our running backs did a good job. Boston had a really good game, but I thought it was a team effort offensively.
Defensively, how about?
I thought we were physical. We took a couple of bad angles and blew a coverage, and made a couple mistakes here and there that allowed them to get in the end zone. But overall, I thought we played pretty well. I mean, I thought we were physical, and I thought we did a pretty good job at the point of attack.
And then special teams.
I don't think they were really a factor. I mean, they did get the onside kick on us, so I think we could have done better in that phase of the game. But overall, I don't think it was much of a factor.
How about you, Reef? What did you like about the game?
It was a great team win.
What have you guys been working on this week so far, Coach, to prepare for Morgantown?
I mean, just like we do every week, we come out, we put together the game plan and try to have a really good week of practice and try to get better every day. So even though this is, the number one team in the state's coming in here, we still approach it the same every week. It doesn't matter who we're playing.
Is it weird to have a few people around the state kind of viewing you guys as the underdogs here now?
Nah, I mean, it's not the first time, won't be the last time. So I like the role. Our guys, it allows them to put a little chip on their shoulder and play and not worry about it.
Has that kind of been any of the conversation here this week, or your message to the team, or has it just been same old, same old?
Same old, same old. We've not talked about it. We have, it's business like, day in and day out, week in and week out.
What stands out to you about Morgantown this year?
Yeah, their size. They're a lot bigger than what we are. The quarterback play is really good. They've got really good speed. Defensively, they're physical. They get to the ball. So, and their kicking game is good as well. So, I think their size probably stands out the first thing for me.
What are you guys hoping to establish against them here on game day?
I mean, offensively, we just want to take what they give us. I mean, we have a plan like we do every week, but depending on what we see and what we feel like we can do. And defensively, I think their offense goes through the hands of the quarterback, so we've got to do a good job, trying to eliminate or at least slow down his play if we can.
Speaking of him, you got to see him a little bit last year. He came in, had a deep ball against you guys, but has really taken over as the starter here this year for Morgantown. Have you guys kind of done a little bit of a mix of going back to see last year's film against him and then this year, or has it just been more so this year with him being a sophomore now and the starter?
Yeah, I mean, this year's a new year. I know we looked at a little bit of film from last year, but not so much on him. But no, he's a completely different player. I think this year physically, he's a year older, and you can tell he's done a lot of work. So he's a good player. So I'm excited to see how we match up and see what we can do to try to defend him.
What's the excitement level been for your team this week with this opportunity against them?
I mean, I think our practice, we've had a really good week of practice, I think. I don't know if I'd categorize it as a really good week, but better than normal, than what we normally have, because I still feel like we could do a better job as a practice team. But you can tell that, there's a little more pep in their step this week, so hopefully they're ready to play, Friday night.
How about you, Reef? As I always say every week, you're the juice man for the team. So scale of 1 to 10, how juiced up is the team right now?
Oh, 10.
That's good to hear. We need it at an 11 tomorrow. You think you can do that?
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Coach? If not, we'll get to the fun question.
No, I'm ready for the fun question.
He's been telling me that you were asking him about it all week.
And he didn't give me a clear answer, so I'm not sure what I'm in store for here.
So this week's fun question is, throughout your coaching career, what has been, I guess, maybe one of the funniest or weirdest things that you've ever witnessed a player doing on or off the field?
That's a tough one. I don't know about weird or funny. I mean, we've been involved in a lot of exciting games and plays over the years, and at practice. I don't. You've stumped me on that one. I really can't think of anything.
Can you think of anything?
No, not really.
Really? You're out here every day.
I mean,
who's the jokester of the team?
Oh, the jokester? Oh, man, that's tough. That's very tough. I'm going to say Brian.
Brian's the jokester?
Yeah.
All right, we'll hear from him here later on in the pregame show, so good stuff. Thank you guys for the time. Appreciate it, as always. That was our coach's interview brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
serve law offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our player interviews brought to you by the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Now joined by the quarterback of the Bulldogs, Brian Dick. Brian, been a great season for you. You're finally the starter now as well. What have you liked about your season?
Liked about the season how we've all played as a team, came together, started doing our thing.
How much have you really learned here from the start of the season up until now?
Learned a lot. Learned the new formations, the plays, everything.
How tough is it being a starting quarterback?
It's hard knowing it all the plays, knowing everybody's assignment.
For you, obviously, it's both sides of the ball when it comes to on the ground, in the air. I mean, for you being the quarterback and your strengths, let's talk a little bit about your legs first, what you have done to improve yourself as a runner.
Just every day workout, my legs, squats, hills, whatever you can do to get better at running.
How about through the air with your arm?
With my arm, I would train with former Martinsburg quarterback Brendan Ashenfelter and assistant coach Mike Eisenhower.
How much have you learned from them?
A lot. It's helped me getting my release down, get it quicker, seeing the field better, everything.
This week it's Morgantown. What are you looking forward to against them?
Looking forward to a good game. It's going to be really close.
Of course, on their side, they have Maddox Twig, one of the top quarterbacks in the state. For you, what's that excitement level like going up against another talented quarterback, and how much more does that motivate you?
It motivates me more. See what he can do, see what I can do, how he will go against our defense, and how I go up against his.
Now joined by wide receiver and safety for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Boston Todd. Boston, how do you feel like the season's gone for you so far?
It's gone pretty well so far. I feel like we made some little mistakes at the start of the season, but I feel like right now we're picking it up and we're ready to go.
How much growth and confidence have you seen becoming in yourself here as the weeks have gone on?
A lot. I feel like I've just been adapting into my role as a leader on this team, and yeah, it's going good.
What do you feel like your strengths are, and what are some things that you're still trying to get better at?
I feel like my strengths are my speed and my ability to just make plays with the balls in my hand. And I feel like I need to get better at just blocking. I say blocking is my main thing.
This week, it's a big week for you guys. It's Morgantown coming to town. What's the excitement level for you?
I'm excited, but I've been at big games before, so I'm not looking at it any different as any other week.
What are you hoping to accomplish in the game?
Just a good win.
What do you guys have to do to get that win?
Just come out, just play our game, come out fast, and, everything will go as it is.
All right, Boston, thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
That was our player interviews brought to you by the Mary Group from Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, I'm Hoppy Kercheval, a longtime radio host and Peak Advantage member. I'm excited to share the great news that you now have the option to join Peak Advantage Medicare plans, West Virginia's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, created for you by local trusted doctors partnering with WVU Medicine and Valley Health. Our plans include a $0 premium plan option including dental, vision, hearing, prescriptions, flex card, and more. If you'd like to become a member of Peak Advantage or have more questions, contact our local team today at 1-877-478-5545.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today. Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-Point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Ardenelville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. A perfect mix of white and dark meat for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's local market. Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. It's perfect for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's local market.
Miller Systems pregame show. Almost time for kickoff. Let's get to today's keys of the game, brought to you by CMA Chevy and Toyota Martinsburg, on one convenient location, 650 Foxcroft Avenue, Martinsburg, where owners just care more. Keys of the game quickly, Dylan.
Martinsburg, it's going to be penalties and run blocking against this defensive line that has given up just 2.2 yards per carry on the year. For Morgantown, explosive plays on offense. Can you get one over the top on the Martinsburg defense and make Brian Dick uncomfortable, whether that's forcing Martinsburg to make him carry the ball 20 times in this game, 20 or more, and to get pressure when he drops back the pass.
That was your keys of the game. Let's step aside, take one last 3-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll get you starting lineups, coin toss, and opening kick for tonight's game between Morgantown and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 3 minutes.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
And that concludes today's pregame show.
We play every play like it's the most important play of the game.
Who let the dogs out? Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening kick, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school football. Today's game is being brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Powered Beck and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rock's local markets. The Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons. The Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys. Cody's Auto Body. The Palace Lounge. Parsons Ford of Martinsburg. The Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers. The Berkeley County Health Department. Bodwell Insurance Solutions. Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors. WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers. The Mansion Ferretti Law Firm. CMA Honda of Winchester. CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg. CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg. Flower Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza.
And now, let's go back to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome back here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Captains getting ready to meet at midfield. Let's give you today's starting lineups as Martinsburg takes the field. Starting lineups brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs. Visit BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or call 304-283-0864. First for the visiting Morgantown Mohigans. On offense at left tackle, it's number 54, Bryson Washington. Left guards, number 70, Blake Buffington. Center, it's number 56, Drew Stahara. At right guard, it's number 53, Alex Harris. At right tackle, it's number 77, Braden Parks. Wide receivers tonight for Morgantown, number 3, Owen Young, and number 12, Tanger George. Running backs, number 5, Zayden Lockett, and number 13, Jaden Smalls. Tailbacks, number 15, Isaiah Thompson. And at quarterback for Morgantown, it's number 2, Maddox Twig. Defensively up front for Morgantown, they go with a four-man defensive line, Number 53, Alex Harris. Number 50, Zavon Shipman. Number 55, Chase Travis. Number 64, Grant Robinson, the projected starters. Linebackers, number 22, Reese Wells. Number 44, Caden Tolliver. Number 30, Brooks King, the projected starters. Corners, projected starters, number 14, Carter Cooper. Number 13, Jaden Smalls. Strong safety, number 5, Zayden Lockett. Free safety, number 4, Kelton Blunt. For Martinsburg, offensively at left tackle, it's number 54, Zion Reeves. Number 59, Jeffrey Griffiths. Left guard, number 55, Zaire Tugwells. The center, right guard, number 52, Kane Whip. Right tackle, number 58, Jordan Kovacs. Starting receivers for Martinsburg, number 1, Mason Wally. Number 2, Boston Todd. Number 5, Colby Walker. Number 11, Kyla Villa as well. Running back, number 8, Kevin Myers. And at quarterback, it's number 10, Brian Dick. Defensively for Martinsburg, projected starters up front. Number 15, Frankie Arias. Number 59, Jeffrey Griffith. Number 58, Jordan Kovacs is your defensive line. Linebackers, number 0, Ty Ricketts. Number 3, Terrell Cofield. Number 6, Carson Knight. Number 11, Kyla Villa. Corners, number 1, Mason Wally, and number 20, Kingston McDonald Gibson. And your safeties, number 2, Boston Todd, and number 5, Colby Walker, as the undefeated Morgantown Mohigans take the field now to join Martinsburg on the far side. That was your starting lineups. Let's now introduce you to tonight's officials, brought to you by Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza. Call 304-728-ANDY. That's 304-728-2639, or visit www.andyspizza.com. Referee tonight is Mitch Shaw. Umpires Jeff Dodd. Head linesman's Dave Warner. Line judge is Chris Triggs. Field judge Ken Reed. And your side judge is Jess Dusing. Coin toss is already taken place. It looks like it will be Martinsburg returning and Morgantown kicking. Just waiting for the officials to figure some things out, it looks like, having one final discussion down below. Still got a few minutes left here on the pregame clock as well, so not at the top of the hour yet. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 alongside me, Dylan Bishop. On-site producers Donna Schaffner, camera crew tonight, Rodney Watcher, Ethan Elliott, Jillian Haynes, Vernon Dale Bakel, and back at the studio it's Kyler High. Martinsburg in the all-black uniforms here tonight. The orange numbers outlined in white on the front and back. Orange Bulldogs across the front as well. Black pants have a white and orange stripe down the side. As for the helmets, they went back to their normal decals we've seen the past 2 weeks. They went to that Bulldog logo on each side with the triple stripe across the middle. They've took those off, and they have went back to what you see at midfield, the white State of West Virginia outlined with the orange block M in the middle. For Morgantown, they have a red block M on each side of their white helmet, white uniforms with red numbers, and blue pants as Martinsburg takes the field first. Return team out there. Back to return for the Bulldogs is Kevin Myers and Boston Todd. Opening kickoff will be brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Morgantown takes the field as well. Final thoughts, Dylan, here before we begin.
I think this is going to be a really good game. I'm looking forward to it. Outside of that, we'll see how this goes. Morgantown's been banged up.
Aiden Petsko on to kickoff for Morgantown.
You know that they've got some offensive linemen, multiple offensive linemen out.
The kick is a booming end-over-end kick that's going to bounce right in the front of the end zone for a touchback. Martinsburg's offense will start off with the ball after the touchback at their own 20-yard line.
See the Bulldogs first. They had some struggles on offense, especially passing the ball in the first 2 games of the year against Camden and Huntington. We'll see if that sort of pops back up here.
And they go 5 wide here on the first play of the night. 3 receivers near side, 2 to the far side is Dick. Going to run it right up the middle. And will be wrapped up by Harris after a gain of about 3 yards. Maybe 4, it looks like. Making it 2nd and 6.
It's felt like the first play of every game has been a run by Brian Dick for Martinsburg. Hasn't been. It's the first time they've done it out of 5 wide. No running back there.
Looks like they only gave him the 3 yards, like I initially said. So 2nd and 7 here at the 23. Todd in motion, and there's the jet sweep from right to left, and Todd gets the first down as he's pushed out of bounds right around the sticks. So we'll see if they actually give it to him or not. If they say he stepped out of bounds just before,
it's looking like yards short.
Looks like you're correct. They say he stepped out at the 29-yard line, so that makes it 3rd down and 1, but expect to see a lot of that here tonight. Quarterback power up the middle, followed by jet sweeps with Todd.
Todd had 130 rushing yards last week on 5 attempts to go with his 4 catches for 115 yards.
I continue with 5 wide as Dick tries to go with the hard count. There was slight motion up front, but no flags. 5 seconds left on the play clock, and it's another run up the middle for Dick as he lowers his shoulder right into Tolliver, gains some extra yards, and gets the first down and a little bit more for the Bulldogs as he gets it from the 29 to the 34, so a gain of 5 on the play makes it 1st and 10 Martinsburg.
Looking good so far. I feel like Martinsburg's spreading them out to not give Morgantown the opportunity to really stack the box with any extra defenders, and it's working out so far.
And Tolliver, one of the linebackers there, not a usual starter as Dick gets the snap, rolls to his right, looks underneath, wide opens Wally, makes the catch here on the near side, gets it to the 45, and then lowers his shoulder right into Jaden Smalls and runs him over to the 46-yard line. It looks like they're going to give him first down, Martinsburg. But back to my point, Tolliver getting the start because Kane Williams as well as Cole Park both out tonight for Morgantown.
It's Mason Wally's second catch of the year, and the first one went for negative yards.
So he finally has positive yards.
Yeah.
The receivers near side to the far side still is Dick. Drops back to pass, getting the snap, looking deep, now steps up in the pocket, and it's going to take off across the 50-yard line, be brought down at Morgantown's 48-yard line as Brooks King with the tackle. And that'll make it second down and about 4, maybe 5.
Nothing developed for him to throw the ball, and a lane opened up for him to run through. It's a good gain right there. Smart play by Brian Dick.
10:15 rolling clock here in a scoreless first quarter so far. Martinsburg's opening drive of the night.
And again, 5 wide.
Todd in motion. It's another jet sweep from left to right for Todd. He has great blocks in front of him, spins off a tackle, stumbles forward across the 35, and finally tripped up at the 33-yard line of Morgantown, and it's first down Martinsburg.
A 15-yard gain. It looks like Martinsburg has figured out that their two best players to run the ball are their quarterback and their number 1 wide receiver. So, yeah, why not spread out the Mohigans and not even worry about running back?
Dick takes the snap, dropping back to pass, steps up, has a man wide open. It's Todd in stride, catching it at the 5 and going into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. 9:42 to go here in the first. It's Martinsburg 6, Morgantown nothing, as that was just complete broken coverage by Morgantown as Todd was wide open right in the middle of the field at the 5-yard line.
I'd have to see a good replay to know if it was a total coverage breakdown or if there were some outside routes that opened up the safeties and, let's say, too high to where the middle of the field was opened up. But either way, wide open down the field.
Page extra point up and good. 7-0 Martinsburg leading Morgantown. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Morgantown, after the Bulldogs score on their opening drive, Cody Page's kickoff is a end-over-end kick that will be caught on the far side at the 10-yard line and returned by the Mohigans, and they get it to about the 24-yard line. That's where they will start off here, as in on the return was Owen Young. Let's get a quick scoring drive summary. Scoring drive summaries are brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership Real Solutions.
7 plays to go 80 yards, the 33-yard touchdown from Brian Dick to Boston Todd. And looking at the replay, did just look like cover 4, cover 2. Safeties really left the middle of the field open.
Twig in the gun, Lockett to his left, 2 receivers to each side for this 1st and 10 at the 24. Twig puts his mouthpiece in. Line gets set. They send a man in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Thompson. And Thompson going to be tackled possibly for a loss on that play. Very close as they went around.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 yards might have even lost by the time
I
they
think
backed
you're
it up.
right. 2 yards lost there, and that makes it 2nd and 12. Right. They went with a misdirection, and Martinsburg ready for it. Maybe it helped a little bit that they played Musselman last week, who likes to do the same thing.
I don't think it hurts, at the very least.
One receiver here to the near side out way wide. It looks like that'll be man coverage the entire way against Wally. 3 receivers on the far side, but before the ball snapped, looks like we're going to get an early timeout for Morgantown as they didn't like something. Let's step aside, take only a 30-second break here for the timeout, and then we'll be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 30.
Beck & Matsurif Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
We welcome you back here. Morgantown has used its first timeout of the half. They have 2 remaining. Timeouts brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team of Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the Tri-State? Give them a call, 304-262-4222. Visit them online at modernrealtyresults.com. If you're just joining us, 8:57 left here in quarter number 1. Martinsburg already leading Morgantown 7-zip. Second down and 12 for Morgantown at its 22-yard line. Twig sends another man in motion, takes the snap, now dropping back the pass, fires it underneath. It is caught in the middle on a little curl route. It's Smalls, and he slips off a tackle and gets extra yards, as it looked like he was down, but he was able to keep his knee off the turf, so he gets it across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. So gain of 9 yards, I believe, on that play. Yep, makes it 3rd down and 3 for Morgantown.
It's a good quick decision from Twig there. A little stick route.
And here's the 3rd down. Twig motions Thompson over to his right now in the gun. Sends the H-back in motion, fakes it to him, keeps it himself. Twig has space here on the near side, tries to juke past Wally, breaks through him, across the 50, across the 45 of Martinsburg, and finally brought down around the 40-yard line, make it the 41, as reaching him was Martinsburg's Kamar Green, but Twig makes it 1st down, Mohigans in Martinsburg territory.
It's power to the right side, but Twig found the cutback lane as everything else was swallowed up by the Martinsburg defensive line.
And I think that ankle looks just fine for Maddox Twig.
Yep.
If I do say so myself. 3 receivers on the far side, one in the near side. Twig takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, fires a pass underneath. It's going to skip off the turf and fall incomplete as the pass intended for Carter Cooper makes it 2nd and 10.
So Martinsburg has shown a lot of 5-down defensive linemen to start out here to counter the run game of Morgantown, which would open things up for the pass game of the Mohigans, but that time Twig on the run bounces one in front of his man. I think subbed out to a lighter package, looks like the Martinsburg defense did.
Yeah, it looks like 4 down linemen, but still unusual. Usually they only have 3. It's Kane Whip, the extra lineman out there. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 41, Twig takes a snap, running to his right, trying to set the edge, and from behind catching him, it's Carson Knight as he finally cuts upfield, does Twig, gets it across the 40 to the 39. So only 2 yards on that run for him, making it 3rd and 8.
And Knight has been impressive all year, kind of in the place of Ace Flores, who graduated. And that's a great job of pursuit that time, putting Morgantown in 3rd and long.
3 receivers coming out wide here to the near side. 1 receiver on the far side for Morgantown. The 39-yard line of Martinsburg. Twig in shotgun formation, gets the snap, dropping back to pass, now stepping up, chucking it deep, has a man in stride, and he bobbles it in and out of the hands of Jaden Smalls, as maybe getting a piece of it late was Kingston McDonald Gibson. I don't really think so, but that's going to bring up 4th down.
It was a really risky way to play that ball by McDonald Gibson. Try to cut in front and make a play on it, and I'm surprised he didn't get more of it. He could have very easily batted that down, but almost missed it to where it was going to be a touchdown walking in for Morgantown.
Punt team comes out here for the Mohigans, but just be careful if you're Martinsburg, as the punter is also Maddox Twig, the starting quarterback. He's standing at the 50, takes the high snap, and it's a high and very short punt as well that goes out of bounds around the 16-yard line. Let's see where they roll it. Looks like they're actually saying the 20-yard line, so I was 4 yards off. So just like the first drive for Martinsburg, the second drive starts at its own 20-yard line.
And last time they went down and scored a touchdown in 7 plays.
6:56 remaining here in the first quarter. It's Martinsburg 7, Morgantown nothing.
Only had one play that even went for less than 5 yards.
Dick. It's Myers in at running back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. It's a halfback toss to Myers, who goes right up the middle, slips through one tackle into the second level across the 30. First down Martinsburg on a 11-yard carry by Kevin Myers.
Myers has shown an impressive level of vision and shiftiness, as pretty much with every game it's felt he's gotten more comfortable back there at running back. It runs with a very high pad level, but it still makes plays.
Man in motion, it's another jet sweep from left to right by Todd, who goes with a spin cycle past Lockett, gets it to the 40-yard line, but it looks like it's coming back as there's a flag around the line of scrimmage, and it's a holding penalty against Martinsburg.
And there you are. That was about a 9-yard gain, and the penalty bug bites Martinsburg again.
So the penalty backs up Martinsburg's offense to its 25-yard line.
It's Martinsburg's 56th penalty of the year, and just halfway through one quarter of their 7th game.
So first and long here at the 25. Dick handing it off, and that's going to be a tough one for Kevin Myers that time, as he's wrapped up in the backfield, losing yards on that play, making it second and even longer.
Yeah, that time I thought that Myers kind of hesitated when a hole didn't really open up at the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 2 on that run.
Morgantown, as banged up as they are along the offensive and defensive line, they still have plenty of big bodies.
Second down and 18 now here at the 23. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Dick, as Myers to his right. Gets the snap, dropping back, looking to pass, steps up as Dick rolls out to his left, throws it underneath, but he was being dragged down while he was trying to throw it to Todd, and that had the ball end up going just short of Todd, who was wide open around the 30-yard line at the far side hash marks. That makes it third down.
It looks like it was Carson Lawhon that got a little bit of a piece of Brian Dick and made him have to throw that ball off balance. Couldn't put a whole lot of power behind it.
Same formation here for Martinsburg. Instead, actually, Myers to his left. It's a little wide receiver screen caught by Todd, who cuts out to the far side and will be spun around across the 25 at the 26-yard line. So only 3 yards gained on that play, making it 4th and 15. And on comes the punt team here for Martinsburg. First quarter brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. First quarter also brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at FordHagerstown.com, as it looks like Martinsburg only had 10 guys out there. The 11th guy finally getting on the field here. 5 seconds left on the play clock. The snap's back, and the punt, a low line drive that bounces into the hands of the return man, who breaks off one tackle now across the 50 to the 45-yard line is Carter Cooper of Morgantown, getting it into Martinsburg territory. That's where the Mohigans offense comes back out onto the field here with 4:32 to go in our opening quarter of play. It's Martinsburg 7 and Morgantown nothing.
You punted there because of the penalty. Like we talk about when it's a 40-point game, the penalties stack up and it doesn't end up really mattering. This is where they matter. That's why you can't keep doing it. You have to get that habit out of your system.
Looks like they actually say Cooper got to the 44-yard line. Twig sends Cooper in motion behind him, but it's a handoff, and that's going to get immediately tripped up. As Martinsburg's defensive line busts through and trips up Thompson, who loses a yard on the play, so it's 2nd and 11 now at the 45.
Yeah, Thompson's averaging 9 yards per carry on the year, over 600 yards already. First 2 carries, combined -3 yards. Now,
I think it might have been Kamara Green somehow, some way getting there to get the tackle. But again, 4 down defensive linemen for Martinsburg. It's another handoff as Thompson goes up the middle, bounces off 1 tackle, and will now be tackled by Walker here on the near side at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 9 on that play.
Well, there you go. There's your 9 yards per carry. The offensive line really helped out on that one.
That makes it 3rd down and 2.
If you can push this Bulldogs defensive line off their spots in the run game, Morgantown's going to be able to move the ball.
Morgantown brings in a fullback in the backfield as well to possibly be another blocker. Twig in the gun, them to his left. And Twig keeps it himself here on the near side. Jukes past 1 man and will get it to the 31-yard line. 1st down, Morgantown on the 5-yard QB read option.
This is the difficulty for Martinsburg. Can you hold the edge on these option plays and still get to the ball carrier if it's a handoff?
Cofield nearly had him in his grasp, but Twig's just too shifty that time. 1st and 10 at 31. RPO, screen pass, caught by Cooper on the right side. Slips through 1 tackle, but Martinsburg rallies to the ball and gets him for a loss of 1, maybe 2 on that play. Looks like just 1, so that'll be 2nd and 11 again. It's Carson Knight there yet again.
And Knight got there early, didn't quite wrap him up at first, but it was enough to slow him down and keep him in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage.
2 receivers to each side of the formation now. Twig in the gun, running back to his left here for the 2nd and 11. Motion up front, and the flags fly. Looks like it's going to be against Morgantown. I saw on Martinsburg's end the big-time jump, but I think it was because he got tricked up. So, false start against Morgantown backs them up 5 yards.
Yeah, Morgantown's a team that likes to run the ball just as much, if not more, than Martinsburg, so they can't afford to get behind the chains as well. You're not going to run the ball for 8 yards a carry every time, and you can't run the ball very often at 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16 at the 37-yard line now. Twig dropping back to pass, now steps up, has space up the middle, jukes past 1 man off to the races, stiff arms another, still on his feet, gets him to the 20-yard line and tackled just inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. And Twig picks up another Morgantown 1st down on his feet.
That looked like a designed quarterback run. It was a great time to call it. The Martinsburg defensive line has not quite yet figured out how to keep their rush lane integrity, keep Twig from breaking plays like that.
So 1st and 10 now at the 19 as Morgantown in the red zone. Twig takes the snap, rolling out right. Gets hit, stays on his feet. Now it's going to try to reverse fields. Jukes past 1 man inside the 15, brought down at the 14-yard line by Cofield, making it 2nd and 5. Martinsburg had a free shot at him for the sack.
It was Carson Knight.
Bounced right off of him.
And Carson Knight, and it was just a great juke by Maddox Twig. That's not an easy task to avoid that tackle from Knight. He's been really good all year. That just shows you the talent of Twig.
45 seconds left here in quarter number 1. It's Martinsburg 7, Morgantown nothing. Morgantown with the ball, knocking on the door here, 2nd and 5 at Martinsburg's 14. It's a handoff to Thompson, and he's tackled in the backfield, and it's Carson Knight again, getting him for a loss of 1 to the 15-yard line, making it 3rd down and 6.
It's immediately broke through the line of scrimmage. I think you got to call that a blown blocking assignment somewhere along the Morgantown offensive line. And it was through that right side where we know that Morgantown is missing their starting right guard, Cole Park, along with, obviously already missing their starting left tackle out for the year.
And that will be our final play here of quarter number 1. Martinsburg leads number 1 Morgantown 7-0. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
What are you looking for? How about some craft beer? Or maybe you want some New York-style pizza. Maybe some time with your family. Or maybe you want to have game night with all your friends out on the patio. Yeah, we got that.
Are you looking for a lager? Maybe a stout or IPA. We've got that.
Our dough is made fresh every day. Our sauce is made daily. And our mozzarella is absolutely amazing. Our neighborhood is growing, and it deserves a place where you can have great food, great beer, and a great ambiance. And that place is right here.
Andy's Pizza and Inferno Brewery. Andy'sPizza.com.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
David M. Walker Stadium. It is Morgantown with the football as we begin quarter number 2. Martinsburg, though, with the lead, 7-0. 3rd down and 6. The 15-yard line for Morgantown. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Twig. Thompson lined up to his right. Twig gets the snap, pump fakes, now throws it underneath. Was it caught at the 11-yard line? Nope. As it looked like Todd was there to break up the pass intended for, I believe that was Smalls. Mm-hmm. And now on comes the field goal team. We haven't seen many field goals in any Martinsburg game on either side so far this year. But Morgantown, I think, probably a good decision to take the points. On comes Aiden Petsko for a 32-yard field goal attempt. Trying to make it 7-3 here in the start of the second quarter. The kick is up, and it's good. 7-3 now is our score. Martinsburg leads Morgantown. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
7-3 Martinsburg's lead. Petsko to kick. It's a line drive end-over-end kick that is caught at the 8-yard line on the near side by Boston Todd, who goes to the far side, has some blocks, now cuts upfield at the 20, at the 30, 35, and steps out of bounds around the 40, and the backside judge on the far side looking like he should have been a quarterback back in his day, throwing a flag from about the 50-yard line, and it carried its way to the 22 on the opposite side. So we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is. In the meantime, let's get our scoring drive summary, brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions.
And Morgantown went 34 yards on that last possession in 8 plays and ended up getting the 32-yard field goal to make it 7-3. I can tell you, I know that they pulled officials off of other games to officiate this one because they wanted to make sure that this one between two highly ranked teams had a good crew on it.
All right, that penalty backs Martinsburg's offense back up to the 12-yard line, it appears, to begin this drive. 2 receivers to each side for Dick. Sends Myers out in motion. It's a screen pass caught here underneath by Myers, who kind of stumbled out of the gate, but able to tiptoe down the near sideline and pushed out of bounds around the 20-yard line. So looks like they're actually give him the 19, a gain of 7. Nope, they do give him the 20. Okay. I was looking at the far side judge who was standing at the 19, but the near side had it at the 20. So a gain of 8, making it 2nd and 2.
And I like that, getting Myers out in the space. It looks like he had a little trouble in that last drive navigating the lanes at the line of scrimmage.
Again, 2 receivers to each side. Dick handed off to Myers. Myers wanted to go up the middle, but now bounces it here to the near side. Gets the first down across the 25 and tackled at the near sideline at the 25-yard line it is. First down, Martinsburg.
Offensive line of the Bulldogs has done pretty well so far, holding up against this Mohigans defensive line that, as we mentioned, given up 2.2 yards per carry so far on the year.
1st and 10 at Martinsburg's 25 for the Bulldogs. Dick keeps it himself, tries to go to the outside, but only gets back to the line of scrimmage as in on the tackle is Brooks King, making it 2nd and 10.
Nice tackle by King. Martinsburg tried to pull a couple offensive linemen from the left side to the right, the quarterback bash, and Martinsburg didn't get anything out of it. They usually do. That's a pretty successful play for them.
That was a good job by Reese Wells as well to set the edge and have Dick have to cut back inside right into the arms of King.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 2nd down. Todd in motion. And he's going to throw it underneath to Todd, who tries to go back up the middle, and the ball's on the ground. Looks like Martinsburg able to recover it. Gain of 1 on the play, making it 3rd and 9.
I'm surprised that Martinsburg went away from the 5 wide sets that they showed on that first drive because it was really successful. They got down the field 80 yards in 7 plays. They haven't gone back to it.
3rd and 9 here at the 26-yard line. Martinsburg 7, Morgantown 3. 10:05 left here in the first half. The receivers near side, one to the far side. Dick takes the snap, dropping back the pass. Stepping up here, looking to the near side. It's an out route caught by Dick at the 35-yard line. And I think that should be just enough for the first down for Martinsburg, depending on where they exactly spot it at the 35. It's on the right side of the white stripe, and it doesn't matter. First down, Martinsburg. Move those chains.
It's a 10-yard out route down the field by Todd, perfectly at the chains, and it's a nice throw by Brian Dick because it was not a super big window to throw that into.
They flip the formation now. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. And it's Myers in it, running back to the right side of Dick in the gun. Dick gets the snap, keeping it himself, wanted to go up the middle, now bouncing it to the far side, cuts up field, and runs into a swarm of Mohigans at the 38-yard line. Gain of 3, making it 2nd down and 7.
It's actually the exact play I was thinking that they should run at that point, but maybe Morgantown had the same sort of thought where, the Bulldogs have run that a lot of times this season and perhaps saw it coming. Or it was just good play up front on the defensive line.
3 receivers here to the near side. Goes Todd, Ricketts, then Villa. 1 on the far side. Not sure who that is right now, but it's a low snap. Dick throws it near side. It's caught by Ricketts. Ricketts spins past one man, lowers his shoulder into King at the 49-yard line. First down, Martinsburg.
It's felt like all season that the receivers outside of Boston Todd have really only been able to get going in the screen game, but they have done it successfully, whether it's been Irving or Ricketts or even Wally earlier in the game.
Irving,
Kyle Villa,
the other receiver out there, by the way, and he is now here on the near side of the field. The 3 other receivers on the far side. And we get a whistle, it looks like, as We have something
making
with
Boston
the
Todd come
equipment
off the
for
field.
Boston Todd, so he's going to have to come off the field for this play. DeJuan Woodson going to check in.
Well, that's significant.
Not exactly sure what it is. Todd looks to be okay. He's just standing here on the near sideline now, missing this play as it's Dick up the middle. Has a hole, lowers his shoulder across the 45 and brought down at Morgantown's 44-yard line. Makes it 2nd down and 4.
That's already the 8th play of the drive, and Martinsburg has only just now crossed midfield.
7:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Clock rolling. It is Martinsburg 7, Morgantown 3. Todd back in the game. He's the lone receiver here to the near side. 3 receivers on the far side for Dick. Dick gets the snap, steps up in the pocket, has a man open right in the middle of the field, trying to slip out but decides to cut back in. It's Ty Ricketts staying on his feet, keeping them moving, and finally brought down by Carter Cooper at the 31-yard line of Morgantown, but it's another Bulldogs first down.
Brian Dick has started the game 8 for 8 passing, which is not something that we probably would have expected, especially in a big game like this, after those first 2 weeks of the season.
Well, I asked him if going up against Maddox Twig, one of the best, if not the best, quarterback in the state, motivated him. He said absolutely. We both also struggled with the word motivation, but it is what it is. Dick takes the snap, rolling to his right, RPO. Now shovel passes it out to Todd in the flat, and Todd immediately goes right up the field across the 35 before being forced out of bounds. Excuse me, the 25, inside the 25, and at the 23.
So you have the RPO with the bubble screen in the slot. Martinsburg has run that a couple times. I'd say probably once a game so far this year. 2 pretty good success just like that one.
So 2nd and 2 at the 23-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Myers to the left of Dick in the gun. Tugwell snaps it back to Dick. Read option keeper for Dick, who spins through and stumbles his way down to the 19-yard line. First down, Martinsburg.
So make that play number 11 on the drive so far. They are churning down the field.
Now it's Martinsburg in the red zone, and it looks like we're going to get Morgantown's second time out of the half. Let's take a 30-second break alongside them and then be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 30.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome you back in quarter number 2, which is brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly serving the area since 1880. Second quarter also brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, 7-3, Martinsburg, leading Morgantown. The Bulldogs with the ball, 6:37 to go here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 at Morgantown's 19-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dick takes the snap, dropping back the pass, throws it here on the near side, and it goes right in and out of the hands of Villa on the screen pass. And that makes it 2nd down. Got another celebrity in our midst.
It's always somebody every week.
It's not the governor this time.
It's someone even bigger. An even
a lot
bigger.
bigger.
Star. Well, I guess
star. I'd agree to that,
and
it's also because he's right behind me and could do whatever he wanted if I disagreed with that. It's the Beast, Travis Bajan in the house, joining us up here. Jet pass here to the near side. Todd trying to get some space, but great job that time by Morgantown's defense tracking it down. It's Lawhun bringing down Dick right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It looks like they're actually going to give Dick on the forward progress to the 18, but still 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 to be exact.
Yeah, they've gone to that a handful of times now. I think at this point, Morgantown giving a ton of attention to Boston Ty when he comes in motion before the snap. Now you can get yourself a really nice play off of that later in the game, faking it to him.
3 receivers to right, 1 to the left. Dick takes the snap, dropping back the pass, rolls out to his right, and now throws it to Myers, who's open underneath at the 10. Myers tries to cut back in with a juke at the 8-yard line, but he's tripped up, and it's still enough for another Martinsburg first down, though, as nobody was covering him underneath, coming out of the backfield alongside Dick. Cooper finally able to get there, but it's 1st and goal, Martinsburg at the 9-yard line, it looks like they're going to say.
It's good work by Brian Dick, keeping his eyes down the field. You saw him break the pocket and start the run. I thought it was going to be a scramble all the way, but then he looks to his right, and Kevin Myers is wide open with about 10 yards of space to run. Smart decision to throw the ball there.
This has been about a 6-minute drive almost.
That was the 13th play of the drive.
Yeah. Cofield in at running back now, by the way, here with the 1st and goal at the 9 is Dick. Keeping it himself, running behind Cofield, has a great block, and instead of cutting up the middle at the near side hash marks, he wanted to get it out to the numbers, go for the pylon, and he's going to be brought down because of it at the 3-yard line. I think if he cut right back up on that hash marks, he would have been in for 6. We'll see if they can get it here. 2nd goal at the 3. Dick running to the outside, now trying to cut back in, and he's going to get stopped short of the end zone at the 2-yard line this time here on the near side. But again, they just continue to try to use that speed and follow their blockers and let Dick decide where he wants to go upfield.
I think Morgantown's a little too disciplined to run that pretty much same exact play twice in a row like that. I think just about any other team, you're used to being able to just bowl them over and get
3rd and 2. Dick in shotgun formation. Cofield to his right. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 3rd and goal at the 2. Dick up the middle, and he tripped. I think he might have tripped off of Cofield or off the turf. He had a wide open hole to go untouched into the end zone, and he tripped. A yard short. It is 4th and goal at the 1. 3:45 clock rolling here in the 2nd quarter. And it's decision time. Here come the big boys out onto the field for Martinsburg. Dillard.
Well, wonderful to see Ricketts at quarterback handing off to Dick here.
Wolf out there, and it is
Ricketts up the middle.
Ricketts up the middle. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown, Martinsburg. 3:25 to go here in quarter number 2. It's now Martinsburg 13, Morgantown 3.
I'd say my incorrect prediction on that play tells you exactly why it was a good play call. Because Martinsburg has gotten down to the goal line plenty of times this year, gone to their backup quarterback with their starting quarterback, who I think we all know is their best ball carrier. At running back, they'll hand it off to him with that power run under center. This time, they line up super quick. Ricketts just takes it on the quarterback sneak.
Cody Page on to attempt the extra point. Looks like Morgantown's coaches wanted to talk with our referee before it, as it looks like we have a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Martinsburg that will be assessed on the kickoff.
And look at how much time has been run off of this clock. It's 3:25 left in the first half.
Yeah.
And it feels like Morgantown has barely had the ball.
Well, they've only had it, 2 or 3 times?
Yep.
Extra point kick by Page, up. And good, 14-3. Martinsburg leads Morgantown here in the 2nd quarter. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. It's perfect for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market. Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. A perfect mix of white and dark meat for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. 14-3, Martinsburg leading the number 1 undefeated Morgantown Mohigans. After Ty Ricketts with a QB sneak on 4th and goal at the 1, punching it in for the Bulldogs. Cody Page on to kickoff now for Martinsburg. And they send a booming kick that's backing up the return man Cooper, who catches it backpedaling at the 19, now running up the field in the middle. Tries to make a man miss and just stops dead in his tracks at the 24-yard line before everybody, it looked like, for Martinsburg goes out and brings him down. Let's get a scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions.
17-play, 87-yard drive from Martinsburg to get into the end zone. 1-yard QB sneak from Ty Ricketts. That drive started with 11:30 left in the quarter and ended at 3:25. So 8-minute, 5-second drive.
I love that kind of football.
Absolutely.
If the quarters were long enough in Madden, that's what I'd do. Twig, read option keeper, bouncing it to the far side, makes a man miss, now in the open space. Stiff arms another and still going. How about that for Twig? Grown man football by the sophomore across the 50 and finally brought down in Martinsburg territory at the 42-yard line. And just like that, the Mohegan offense in Bulldog territory.
And Maddox Twig is already absolutely on a roll. I have to add up his rushing yards already, but he's got to be approaching 80 or 90.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Twig. Gets the snap, handing it off to Thompson, who tries to go up the middle and can't get anywhere. Maybe 1 yard, they're going to say, as he got it from the 41 to the 40, but that's it. 2nd and 9. 2:40 to go here in the second quarter. Clock rolling. Morgantown only has 1 timeout left as well, keep in mind. They also get the ball to start the second half, so trying to go 2 for 1 here are the Mohegans.
I've got Maddox Twig at 93 rushing yards already on 6 attempts.
2 receivers to each side for Twig. Sends a man in motion. It's a jet sweep from left to right to Cooper. Cooper now cuts upfield, stumbles, goes underneath Cofield, and falls down at the 36-yard line. So gain of 4, making it 3rd down and about 4 to go.
We saw Carter Cooper have a really good game against the Bulldogs last year in Morgantown. And he's been pretty quiet so far. That's his 2nd touch. The first one went for a loss of 1.
So here we go, 3rd and 4 at the 36 of Martinsburg from Morgantown. 2 receivers to each side. Twig in the gun. Running back to his left, Twig keeps it himself. Quarterback draw up the middle. Can Martinsburg stop him? It's Knight. Ball's on the ground, but the whistles blow, saying that the forward progress for Twig was already stopped. It was, I believe, recovered by Martinsburg, but it's not going to matter. Now we'll have to see where they say the forward progress was stopped. It looks like they give him the 32-yard line, and is it enough for a 1st down? We'll have to wait and see. It is a yard short. Or is it?
Looks like it from here. Actually, I don't know.
They're moving him.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say.
1st down.
As I took a second look,
it was 3rd and 4.
That was at the line to gain.
Got from the 36 to the 32, so that does add up. But there you go. 1st down Morgantown as they flip the personnel around. 1 minute to go here. Clock rolling in the second quarter. Twig gets the snap, keeping it himself. Goes up the middle, now bouncing to the left. And chased from behind, brought down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Gain of 8, making it 2nd down and 2.
And Morgantown's done a good job as this game's gone on of opening up those holes for Twig to run through.
35 seconds, clock still rolling here in the second quarter. 3 receivers to right, 1 to the left for Twig. Gets the snap. Play action pass. Twig fires it in the middle, and it's caught at the 2-yard line by Smalls. That'll stop the clock with 23 seconds left as they have to spot it, and then it'll start rolling. Hurrying up quickly to the line is Morgantown. First and goal at the 2-yard line. Twig goes under center, takes the snap, trying to go with the QB sneak. Does he get in? No, they stop him at the 1-yard line. Timeout Morgantown with 15 seconds left. Middle of the field was wide open, Dylan.
Yeah, it's a post route, it looked like, from Jaden Smalls. And it might have been a similar play to the touchdown from Boston Todd, where it's cover 2 in the middle of the field open. The deep safeties for Martinsburg taking the boundaries.
Going to step aside and take a 30-second break as Terrell Cofield down after that play. Be back right after this. This is West Virginia High School Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10, back in 30 seconds.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio, WRNR TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Terrell Cofield up, walking under his own power after going down after that play. The quarterback sneak by Twig from the 2 to the 1. So it's second and goal at the 1-yard line for Morgantown. Martinsburg leading 14-3 with 15 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The Mohigans just used their third and final timeout of the half. So we'll see what they do here. Looks like they bring out 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. H-back to the right side of the line. Twig in the gun with Thompson to his left. Twig sends Cooper in motion from right to left, and motion up front before the ball was snapped. And that's going to be a false start penalty against Morgantown. I believe that might have been Grant Robinson going a little bit ahead of the play there. The starting right guard in, and he's a backup. The usual starter, Cole Park, and now Martinsburg going to call a timeout.
That's a huge penalty. It makes it a lot harder to run the ball here. You do have a timeout, so it's not impossible or anything, but
they shouldn't. They've used 3 timeouts.
Scoreboard says 1. You might have a point. You might be remembering it better than the scoreboard does, but that at least has up 1 timeout remaining for Morgantown. So we'll see.
I swear they did, because they used 1 in the first drive. They used 1 when Martinsburg was trying to hurry up over here on offense. And then they just used 1 on the QB sneak.
Sounds right to me, Colin. Kyler back at the studio confirms.
Yeah.
He says they've used all 3 as well. So, in that case, even bigger penalty.
Second and goal at the 6.
Because if you run this ball, I think you're close enough that you could get another snap off and hurry up, but you would have had to call 2 plays in the huddle in the timeout.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Twig in the gun. Thompson to his right. Twig gets the snap, dropping back to pass, stepping up in the pocket, running to his left, chucks it into the end zone and just throws it out of the back, stopping the clock with 8 seconds left. So that took up pretty much half the time on that play. Third and goal at the 6 now.
It's a smart play from Twig there, and good job by Martinsburg to recognize that as soon as Maddox Twig starts to take off towards the end zone, you better go and converge on him. And good job to do that while at the same time maintaining your coverage and not leaving somebody open.
Third and goal at the 6. 8 seconds left here in the second quarter. 2 receivers to each side now for Twig with Thompson to his right. Sends a man in motion from left to right, does Twig. Now takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws it, and it's deflected! It was intended for Cooper, but Todd gets a piece of it to bat it away. 4th and goal now at the 6 with 4 seconds left. Cooper was wide open. It would have been 6 if Todd didn't manage just to get a hand on the ball about a yard back of the line of scrimmage.
No, absolutely. I was watching Cooper the entire way. It should have been easy points for him, but Boston Todd gets that hand out there, makes a fantastic play, and Morgantown's again going to take the points.
At Petsko on to attempt another field goal here. Number 23 trying from 23. The kick is up, and it is good. Only a second went off the clock here. We'll see if they adjust that or not, but it is Martinsburg 14, Morgantown 6. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back, and it looks like we're going to go back to break, ladies and gentlemen. I just saw a referee go over to the far sideline as Sean Beiser and the Morgantown coaching staff was saying, hey, why was there only 1 second that went off the clock, which is exactly what I was wondering after the field goal. So now they say that time expired, and we are heading to halftime. Here, Martinsburg 14, Morgantown 6. Before we go to that 2-minute break, let's get our scoring drive summary first. Brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions.
I've got that drive as going 9 plays for 76 yards. Morgantown gets to the 1-yard line, then a false start, which ends up leading to them only getting a field goal out of it, and they're still down by 8 points going into the half.
All righty, let's step aside and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll head to our halftime show. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Let's talk about what to do after a car or truck accident.
First, call 911. Then call Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
Let us handle the insurance company so you can focus on getting better.
Being injured in a wreck is enough stress. Let your doctor handle your medical issues.
And let the Skinner brothers handle your insurance issues.
If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens. 304-777-7777.
Welcome back here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. We have hit halftime here as our score, Martinsburg 14, Morgantown 6. Halftime is brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop, on-site producer tonight, Donna Schaffner, camera crew, Rodney Watcher, Ethan Elliott, Jillian Haynes, and Vernon Dale Paquel. Back at the studio is Kyler High. You'll hear from him here in a little bit with some scores from around the state. Good one so far, Dylan. Martinsburg's defense standing strong, forcing 2 field goals only for Morgantown's offense, and then offensively, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the red zone defense for Martinsburg is really coming through. Outside of that, Maddox Twig has had a lot of success running the ball, whether it's scrambling or in design runs. But Martinsburg's 2 touchdown drives, very different, where it felt like one might have taken 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The other one takes 8.5.
I think it was 2.5.
Yeah, one was 7 plays for 80 yards. The other was 17 for 87.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed by the Martinsburg offense overall. There was those 1 or 2 possessions in the middle of those 2 touchdown drives where they stalled out. It felt like they were still trying to game out what works and what doesn't against the Mohigans defense. But overall, Martinsburg has looked strong, but Morgantown is absolutely in this. They get the ball to start the second half. They can draw it within a point or 2 or tie it up right after that. And there's, still a whole lot of ball game left. That's all I can really say. Both these teams, this is clearly a matchup of 2 of the elite teams in the state.
Let's get to our first half stats, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com.
Let's start with Martinsburg. Brian Dick, 10 for 11, 108 yards, and a touchdown passing the ball. 10 carries that have only gone for 34 yards. It's not a lot for the standard that we've seen Brian Dick set so far this year. Kevin Myers only has 3 carries for 15 yards. Boston Todd's 3 carries have gone for 21. Ty Ricketts has 1 attempt for a 1-yard touchdown on the quarterback sneak. Todd also has 5 catches for 54 yards and touchdown. 33 of those were on the touchdown. Outside of him, it's only a couple guys with a few catches. Myers, 2 for 17. Ricketts, 2 for 24. Wally has 1 for 12. On the Morgantown side, Maddox Twig, not much success throwing the ball yet. 3 for 8, 29 yards. 21 of those were on 1 completion. But he has had 9 carries for 106 yards rushing. And they haven't sacked him. The best they've done is they had the sneak attempt that only got a yard. There was one early on that only went for 2. Other than that, every Twig rushing play has been a successful one. Total opposite when it comes to Isaiah Thompson, who has 5 carries for 7 yards. And he has a 9-yard carry in there, so you can do the math yourself on those other 4. And then Carter Cooper, 1 catch for -1, a carry for 5 yards. Jaden Small has 2 catches for 30 yards.
Anything else?
That's it.
Should I say something and possibly jinx the second half, or should I keep my mouth shut?
I think you've already broken the seal. That was a quick half. Is that something of that nature?
Yes, because there haven't been many penalties, is what I was going to bring up, and we know that usually is not the case for Martinsburg. They are a team that puts the laundry onto the field a lot.
3 penalties for 35 yards from Martinsburg, two holding calls and a personal foul, which was after the touchdown, the second one. Morgantown, 2 penalties for 10 yards, but that second one was huge. It might have prevented them from scoring a touchdown there right before the half.
If I jinxed it, I apologize. I'm wearing a blue hoodie. I have a beard. No, wait, that's Dylan. Just kidding.
Jinxes aren't real. It's fun.
Let's step aside and send it back to the studio for Kyler High. He'll give you his halftime scoreboard show. Again, our score at the half, Martinsburg 14, Morgantown 6. This is West Virginia High School football on WRNR Martinsburg, TV 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome into the studio for your halftime show, brought to you by Dignity Memorial, Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery. Attention to detail like no other. Visit dignitymemorial.com. Your game at half at Martinsburg versus Morgantown, 14-8, and Morgantown gets the ball at half. As you heard Colin and Dylan talking about it right before they sent it back to me, Morgantown almost has the same amount of penalty flags as Martinsburg at halftime, which is an unlikely scenario for a Martinsburg football game. Other games around the EPAC, you only have 2 currently being played, as Jefferson versus George Washington will be played tomorrow, and Spring Mills is on a bye week this week, so they get a break week to rest up and get ready for their game next week, I believe, against the University. Other games around the EPAC, you have Southern Hardwood out of Maryland facing Washington. The last time I checked up on that score, it was 14-6, with Washington coming out on top so far. At halftime, Boonesboro is losing to Musselman 30-0. I currently have no score on the Hedgesville game, but they are playing Albert Gallatin out of PA, I believe, who's 7-0. So it's probably an interesting game down there, because it always is an interesting game. So those are all the games in the EPAC. As I told you, Jefferson versus George Washington will be played tomorrow at George Washington. And Spring Mills is on a bye. Other games in the West Virginia area. In the state of West Virginia, you have Wheeling Park and Fairmont Senior going at it. Fairmont Senior is currently beating Wheeling Park 35-21 in the second quarter. Another game that we have is University versus Connellsville, PA. Some of the EPAC teams have played Connellsville, so that game is currently 28-0 with University on top. Riverside versus Woodrow Wilson, that's a close game in the second quarter. Woodrow Wilson has 8, Riverside has 6. Another close game is Oak Hill. Actually, it's really close because there's no score reported, so it's both 0-0 in my books. Oak Hill versus Capital. Another game there is Parkersburg South versus Hurricane. Second quarter, Parkersburg South is beating Hurricane 14-0. Those are the only scores I have for the area. Another game is 2 unranked West Virginia teams. Is AAA's Lewis County is up against Buchanan Upshur 7-3, and that's in the second quarter as well. Huntington has 7 points against Parkersburg. I'm unaware if that was on the scoreboard show or not. And so far, no other score updates, no games going on in the D1 college area. And Morgantown gets the ball at second half, tries to go out and get their first win over Martinsburg in a very, very long time. I'm Kyler High with your halftime show, about ready to send it back to the guys at the football game to get you ready for second half football. I'm Kyler High, Talk Radio, WRNR TV 10. Have a great night. See you in the post game.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Beck & Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Greetings and welcome from the Alumni Association. We're the Coopers, and we want to send you blessings from the directors and the administrators. We're here today to give you some information and some updates, and we're located at the Martinsburg High School hallway, right in front of the Martinsburg Alumni Association wall. So right now, I want to give you a little bit of background and information, but we've got something special for you coming in just a few moments.
In 1910, Martinsburg High School Alumni Association held its first meeting. So as you can see, it's been going on for quite some time. Right now we have over 15,000 members of the Alumni Association. Those include those that graduated from Martinsburg High School. Just think, if you sent in your $10 dues, if everyone did, times 15,000, that would be $150,000. Now we know that's not a possibility, but for those of you that would be willing to, we'd really appreciate $10 or more, and just send it to Martinsburg High School Alumni Association, care of the treasurer, that's still Dale Hicks, to Post Office Box 3007, Martinsburg, West Virginia, 25402. So we'd appreciate anything that you could give us, and we're working on the website, so that's under construction right now.
We're fortunate this afternoon to have 3 past recipients who will be explaining to you and talking to you about what and how it happened for them and how it helped their education.
Hi, my name is Kira Rhodes, and I graduated from Martinsburg last year. I'm so incredibly grateful for the Martinsburg Alumni Association. They've not only created financial burden for students in this high school, but they've also created a community of support that I haven't gotten from anybody else. This association is helping to build up the next workforce in Martinsburg, and I'll forever be grateful for that.
Hi guys, I'm a recent graduate from Martinsburg High School. My name is Carson Buber. The Alumni Scholarship has helped me immensely this past year at my college of choice, Potomac State. As an academic student and an athletic student, I had a lot on my plate, and so this scholarship helped ease my financial burdens. I had no time to work, and I just got to focus on my academics and athletics, and I'm very appreciative of the Alumni Association for giving me this scholarship.
Hello, my name is Eliana Mosby. I'm a recent graduate here at Martinsburg High School, and this scholarship has helped to ease a lot of my financial burden and help me to focus on my academics mainly, and to help me to go into the workforce and get back to my community with the career of choice that I'm choosing. Not only has it helped me, but it has helped a lot of other students and future students coming in, and so it'll be a great opportunity, and I'm very forever thankful for everything the Alumni Association has done for me.
So folks, we want to thank these 3 past recipients for coming in. We want to thank the administration for allowing us to do this film. And I want you to see that each one of them is holding an amount of money. What's missing is $10, which is your $10 due that we really could help us. Remember, your support and your help in this matter will let us see and realize from the Alumni Association what we really can do for the future. And it will help us. So what money, we will accept anything that you're willing to send, but again, we need this money. It goes strictly to the youngsters, for the recipients. We thank you so much. We know everything that you can help us with would be very appreciated. And so again, we want to thank the administration. We want to thank TV10 and Colin. We want to thank the 3 of our recipients. And most of all, we want to thank you now for what help you're going to give us. So in closing, we say thank you, help support us, and God bless.
Welcome back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium, as both teams coming out of the locker rooms now, here as we head to the end of halftime on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. 14-6, Martinsburg in the lead here against the undefeated number 1 team in 4A, the Morgantown Mohigans, who will start with the ball. Begin the second half, unless Martinsburg, I guess, goes with an onside kick that they can recover, which we've seen. But against a team like this, you don't really expect them to kind of go with those trick kicks here today and give Morgantown possibly very easy field position, especially with how good the defense has played so far, Dylan.
Yeah, I think you just got to play this straightforward. You're seeing these teams play different ways than they usually would. Like, I expect Morgantown maybe would have gone for it on that 4th down for their first field goal, and then maybe would have tried a little harder, taking another shot at the end zone on that 4th down right before the half as well. Taking the points in a game like this where you figure you're going to have trouble scoring a ton of them. And then Martinsburg on the other side, in similar ways, sort of grinding out the clock on possessions. This is a heavyweight fight.
I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Donna Schaffner's our on-site producer. Rodney Watcher, Ethan Elliott, Jillian Haynes, and Vernon Dale Paquel's our camera crew. Kyler High back at the studio, who you just heard from. It looks like, are we getting 3 more minutes added to the clock? It's at zeros right now, and both teams still warming up, and it looks like the officials not really in any rush.
They may sort of unofficially be giving them the 3 minutes without changing the scoreboard.
Captain's going out to meet at midfield here. Our second half kick will be brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit them online at burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Any second half adjustments that you like to see, Dylan?
I was surprised that Martinsburg didn't go back to more of the empty set looks that they used on that opening drive that I assume they scripted out. They went back to the Boston Todd jet sweeps. Obviously, right before Martinsburg got in the end zone, Morgantown was able to sniff one of those out. Maybe I'd like to see a play off of that, play action, fake the jet sweep, and there's a shot down the seam for Brian Dick to an open receiver or a wheel route to a running back. And Morgantown, I think, just needs to do a better job converting in the red zone and the goal line. But with Maddox Twig 3 for 8 for 29 yards, I do think you need to try to find ways to open up the passing game as well. A few more quick hitters. It's been a lot of rollouts for Twig when he does throw the ball. Cutting the field in half gives Twig a chance to take off and run if he sees a lane. It feels like the type of play that they like to run, the type of offense that they like to be in. And what can you do to get Isaiah Thompson going? Can you get him some outside pitches, get him in space, get a little more misdirection, use the threat of Twig as a runner to open up your running back? He's got to get going in some sort of way. He's got 600 yards on the season. He's got 7 here in the first half.
Both teams out onto the field. The ball in hand of Martinsburg's kicker, Cody Page, who places it on the tee and will now take his steps back. 2 men back to return here for Morgantown. Looks like it's George and Young back to return as Page sends a booming end-over-end kick that will be caught at the 3-yard line here on the near sideline by Young, and he's going to return it up the middle to around the 21-yard line. So an 18-yard kick return, and here comes the Morgantown offense for its first drive of the second half. It's Ty Ricketts credited with the tackle here. So Twig out there. Now it looks like Morgantown going with the 5 wide here. Seeing if it can get Martinsburg's defense slipping. And it's a motion screen caught by Cooper on the far side, who now cuts back up the middle across the 30. And will be tripped up at the 32-yard line. And that's enough for a first down for the Mohigans.
Well, that can be another adjustment for Morgantown, getting the ball into the hands of Carter Cooper, who again only had 4 total yards in that first half. That's one way to get the passing game going, too.
3 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side, now running back to the left of Twig. Twig gets the snap. Quarterback draw up the middle, and he's going to be brought down right around the line of scrimmage by Boston Todd. A safety coming up in there on the blitz to bring him down. A gain of, it looks like, about 1 or 2 on that play they're going to give Twig, making it second down.
And Martinsburg wasn't fooled that time. I think they're a little more ready, prepared for Twig to take off and run. And this is when you give it to your running back. You suck in the defense like that.
2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line. Fake jet sweep, Twig up the middle, and he's able to gain 2 yards on that play across the 35 to the 36. That makes it 3rd and 7.
There you go, Martinsburg. On this first drive, run defense looks improved. And now you've put Morgantown into 3rd and pretty long again.
Cowbell starting to go. Fans stomping their feet here on this 3rd down and 7 on the 36 for Morgantown. 2 receivers to each side. Twig in shotgun formation will now put Thompson over to his left. 5 seconds left here on the play clock for Twig. 3, 2. He sends a man in motion, just gets the snap off, steps back, hit by Urias and sacked. Urias hit him first, but eventually bringing him down. Kane Whip with the sack. And that brings up a 4th and long as a big loss on that play. As from the 36, he's sacked at the 28-yard line. So an 8-yard loss, it looks like, for Twig as he now goes back to punt for the Mohigans.
Martinsburg rushes 5, the 4 down lineman and a linebacker off the edge. And that leaves all the offensive linemen one-on-one.
Low snap. Punt is away. It's a wobbler here to the near side. Todd saying to get away. It takes a big roll now, though, inside the 30, and will stop at the 25, 24-yard line. And that's where Martinsburg's offense comes out onto the field. 9:16 to go here in the third quarter. Martinsburg 14, Morgantown 6.
It really was Frankie Urias there coming off the edge on the right side that got the initial pressure on Twig, and Twig has to avoid him, try to step up in the pocket to not get sacked by Urias, and that's when Whip comes in and finishes off the job.
1st and 10 for Martinsburg after the punt. Bulldogs have 3 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side. And Myers to the left of Dick, now shifting over to the right side of Brian Dick. He's in shotgun formation. Dick. Halfback sweep on the far side to Myers across the 25 and stopped around the 26 or 27-yard line, making it 2nd down and 8.
Still trying to find ways to get the run game going in general, but especially outside of Brian Dick. A couple carries that have gone well for Myers, but only 2 of them. Only had 3 total, and they're backing them up.
Yeah, never saw a flag, but it looks like there was one.
Guess there had to be.
Yeah, never saw anything.
10 yards back. Must be a hold.
So, 1st and 20 at the 15 now for Martinsburg. Dick, read option, tries to go right up the middle. And everybody in the box for Morgantown getting to him as he's only able to gain 1 yard.
And again, a penalty, a holding penalty especially, can just kill a drive almost immediately against a defense this good.
So that makes it 2nd down and 19 now. 3 receivers from the near side, 1 to the far side. Dick takes the snap, rolling out to his left. It's an out route caught by Todd at the 21-yard line. Is immediately catching it. He is wrapped up and brought down by McCutcheon here on the near sideline, and that makes it 3rd down, about 15.
I don't love that play in that situation. I'm sure you're hoping Todd was able to get you a few more yards after the catch, but it was good pursuit by Morgantown.
Ball at the 21, so it's 3rd and 14. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Dick, since Todd in motion, fakes the jet sweep, looking downfield, takes the shot deep here on the near sideline, and it is deflected. Pass intended for Myers is swatted away by Blunt. So that brings up 4th down.
And that is the type of play you can run off of all those jet sweeps that you're running with Boston Todd. Problem is on third and 14, your defensive backs of Morgantown are definitely playing back at the sticks, and they weren't fooled at all. And Myers, I believe, stepped out of bounds on the way.
I think so, too.
Pursuing that one anyway.
Dick out on the punt, snaps back his punt. A low wobbler that bounces around the 48, across the 50, rolling inside the 45 to the 40, still going, and will stop at Morgantown's 37-yard line, and that's where the Mohegan offense comes back out for the change of possession. 7:27 to go here in quarter number 3. It remains Martinsburg 14, Morgantown 6.
The defenses look a little more settled in, sort of gotten some time to sort things out, got a breather in at halftime to be able to just sort of think about what these teams are doing, come up with adjustments for the coaches.
2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Twig in the gun. Gets the snap. Hands it off to Thompson, who goes right up the middle, and off the edge, wrapping him up is Urias. And Frankie Urias, brings him down after a gain of 2 on the play, making it 2nd and 8.
So I think at this point in the game, the teams are pretty much going to still be running their go-to plays, what they feel like has worked in the first half. The defenses have adjusted to it, so there might be a little bit of struggle here in the third quarter to get some offense until the offenses adjust off of it.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 39, Twig tosses it to a man in motion in the backfield, and again, it's blown up by Frankie Urias. It was a toss on the sweep behind Twig to Cooper, and Urias blows that play up and brings him down around the 30, but it looks like they give him the 34. So forward progress there.
Yeah, they'll say that might have still been a little generous with the forward progress, but regardless, still a great play for the Martinsburg defense.
Now it is 3rd, about 14. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Twig takes the snap, dropping back to pass, and feels the pressure, now trying to evade it. Still looking downfield. Is the ball out? No, but not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 Bulldogs bring them down altogether. The defensive line feasting on that drive against Maddox Twig, and he looks hurt. He's on his feet, but you can see he is limping on that left leg of his.
Yeah,
not sure if that's the one that he has the sprained ankle on or not from last week. But what a job here by the defensive front from Martinsburg.
Yeah, that play, the offensive line opened up as if it was a screen, but I'd have to go back to see if Martinsburg just completely covered up who it was supposed to go to.
Twig with a high and short punt bouncing at the 50. Get away, says Todd, and he does so with everybody else as it rolls to the 41-yard line of Martinsburg. It's back and forth we go here in this defensive deadlock of Martinsburg 14, Morgantown 6, with 5:03 to go here in the third. Dick.
From the looks of this play, I think that was a QB draw that just went really wrong for Morgantown.
Dick takes the snap. Screen pass here on the near side, caught by Todd, who's trying to get out in space. Will be forced out of bounds at the 49-yard line, a gain of 8, making it 2nd down and 2.
It's a nice drive starter for Martinsburg. Get that ball into the hands of Todd, one way or the other.
3 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side. Dick in the shotgun formation. Myers to his right. Dick gets the snap, runs right up the middle, sheds off 1 tackle, gets the first down before being pushed back. He was able to get the forward progress to the 47-yard line of Morgantown for the Martinsburg first down.
If I had to look back at that sack for Morgantown, it looks like it's supposed to be a quarterback draw, but the great discipline of the Martinsburg defensive line, or Frankie Urias, as well as one of the linebackers for Martinsburg, Will Burson, making a great play to keep Twig in front of him.
Here we go, 1st and 10, 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, Dick. Screen pass here to the near side, caught by Villa. Villa wanted to come back in, now tries to go to the outside, somehow breaks off the tackle of Blunts and gains extra yards after contact. Brought down here outside the numbers at the 41-yard line. That makes it 2nd down and 5.
Some of these secondary playmakers at wide receiver for Martinsburg, really their biggest asset has been throwing screens to them and then letting them try to break tackles. Christian Irving and Kyle Villa on the outside.
2nd down and 5 here at the 41. Dick sends Todd in motion. Jet sweep from right to left. Todd tries to make a man miss, but not getting it. McCutcheon brings him down at the 40-yard line for a loss of 1 on the play, making it 3rd down. Excuse me, a gain of 1.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 3 now from the 40-yard line.
A little conservative on the play call. You can see Martinsburg very much fine with taking their time, running clock.
About 3 minutes left here in the 3rd. And motion up front, and they get the hard count for the encroachment penalty.
No, there's okay. I was going to say this. The line judge close to us started motioning false start, but
and then immediately said, "No, wait,
yeah,
my fault." Encroachment, and a 5-yard penalty puts it 1st and 10. Martinsburg at the 35-yard line, and that is a rarity for Morgantown's defense. One stat that stood out to me here when we looked at their stats, they only had 7 defensive penalties all year coming in.
Yeah, they've been super disciplined in penalties and just in general.
Dick, 1-step drop, chucking it deep, has Todd in stride. Touchdown, Martinsburg! What a catch, Boston Todd, right at the pylon here on the near side. Got the foot in. 2:36 to go here in the 3rd. Martinsburg 20, Morgantown 6.
An absolutely great throw by Brian Dick. And talk about trusting your wide receiver. Boston Todd was not past his corner when Dick threw that ball. I was wondering, what is he doing here? He's almost double covered.
Extra point kick up and good. 21-6. Martinsburg leads number 1 Morgantown here in the 3rd. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden Melville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome you back. Cody Page on to kick. And we're going to have to do it over. Offside on the kickoff against Martinsburg. Still trying to process that absolute dime from Brian Dick to Boston Todd.
Yeah, what I was sort of getting at before the break was Dick throws that ball, and I'm looking down the field, and Boston Todd is on the same side of the corner as the ball is, and Brian Dick is. He hasn't gotten past and beaten his man yet, but by the time the ball drops down, Boston Todd has used his speed to get by the corner.
And there was a safety there, too. It was
the safety over the top, that is such a hard throw to make, where it's sort of, it looked like man coverage, and you got to beat that deep half safety, too. Incredible throw.
So here's the kick now from Page at the 35. It's caught by Cooper at the 10. Cooper trying to go up the middle, stopped by Burson, and everybody gets there eventually at the 22-yard line to bring him down. 21-6, Martinsburg leading undefeated number 1 Morgantown. 2:22 to go here in the 3rd. Let's get a scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions.
5 plays to go 54 yards, and it's the 35-yard touchdown from Brian Dick to Boston Todd. Todd's second receiving touchdown on the day.
Morgantown coming out 5 wide, 3 receivers to far side, to the near side for Twig. 4 down linemen again for Martinsburg. Twig gets the snap, dropping back the pass, throws it underneath on the far side by Thompson, and he gets lit up. Ty Ricketts brings the boom. And Thompson's limping off after that. A 1-yard reception, making it 2nd down and 9. Ball now at the 24-yard line.
Morgantown looks beat up. They have struggled to move the ball in those third. I don't know if they got tight in at halftime, but this is an impressive performance by the Bulldogs defense.
3 receivers near side, one to the far side for Twig. Gets the snap. Read option, keeps it himself, gets past Urias, now cuts up the middle across the 30 and brought down at the 33-yard line. Third quarter brought to you by Power Beck and Matt Surf Law Offices. Call today, 304-264-8870 to speak with an attorney, or visit www.lawpbm.com, as that was a first down for Morgantown. Third quarter also brought to you by Smallwood & Small Insurance Agency, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call them at 304-263-3361. 1st and 10, now at the 33-yard line for Morgantown. Minute and 5 seconds about remaining here in quarter number 3. Twig, play action pass, dropping back, stepping up in the pocket, chucking it deep, has a man wide open in stride, but overthrew the wide open Owen Young by about 5 yards or so, as he had not one, maybe even 2 steps in front of Kingston McDonald Gibson if they were able to connect there.
Looked like Urias was able to just push the pocket enough against the right tackle for Morgantown, Braden Parks, to throw Twig off just a little bit. But otherwise, it was good protection.
2nd down, Twig. Another pass. He's going to take off, though, as the pocket was collapsing, and he's going to get sacked yet again. A loss of 1 on it, as that was Jordan Kovacs bringing him down, making it 3rd down and 11.
I do think that was a design QB run, so maybe not a sack in the official scorebook, but regardless, Martinsburg on those sorts of plays has been night and day from the first half in terms of stopping it.
Here we go, 3rd and 11. Twig dropping back to pass, stepping up, chucking it deep on the far side, and again overthrows the intended receiver, as it was George that time. And that's going to bring up 4th down with 16 seconds left here in the 3rd. And on comes Morgantown's punt team for another time here tonight. Martinsburg 21, Morgantown 6 is the score, as the number 1 team in the state, the Mohigans, with their undefeated record on the line, in trouble here against Martinsburg. Weird snap, punt nearly blocked. Twig just getting it off. It's going to roll its way to the 30-yard line of Martinsburg before being downed at the 29-yard line. It's what they're going to rule it as the Bulldog offense comes back out onto the field.
I'm pretty shocked that wasn't blocked the way that Martinsburg came through the line there.
Looked like they were kind of making sure they didn't.
Yeah, I do think
that
it did seem like they held up a little bit to avoid the penalty, which is smart. You'd rather just live without the penalty than take the risk. Let the punt go down.
7 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Myers to the right side of Dick in shotgun formation, and whistles blow before the play. It's again the far side official looking at Myers and sending him off, so Kingston McDonald Gibson going to have to come in at running back. Something wrong with the equipment of Myers.
It's the first time we've seen him, too. That being McDonald Gibson at running back.
Well, we gave him the nickname Taco Bell. Let's see what he can do here. McDonald Gibson able to get it across the 30, brought down at the 34-yard line, and that is the end of quarter number 3. Martinsburg leads number 1 Morgantown 21-6 as we're headed to the 4th quarter. After this 1-minute break, this is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
Welcome back. We have entered quarter number 4, 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line for Martinsburg. The receivers near side, one to the far side. Dick, read option, keeping it himself, trying to cut back up the middle, able to get it to the 35 before being brought down by a pair of Mohigans, as in on the tackle is Travis and Lawhun, making it 3rd down and 4.
Manageable situation for Martinsburg.
It's a 21-6 lead here for the Bulldogs against the Mohigans. Put Ricketts and Irving on the far side now. Bring Todd here to the near side. 2 receivers to each side for Dick here on this 3rd and 4, with Myers to his left. Villa, the other receiver here on the near side alongside Todd. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. 3, 2, the snap's off. It's a handoff to Myers, who hands it off to Todd on the reverse. Todd on the far side has space out across the 50. Todd at the 40, at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and pushed out of bounds on the far sideline at the 10-yard line. But there's a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage, and that's coming back.
Wouldn't you believe it?
Coach Walker out at the 40-yard line, just standing there, his arms on his hips. Can't believe the call.
All the effort they put into that, figuring out who needs to be in the right spot, what side of the field to run it to. And you get a hold.
Biggest play of the game when it comes to total yards coming back.
That could have been close to just the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
If that play leads you to another touchdown here.
Instead of a 1st and goal, it's now 3rd and 11.
I don't think Morgantown really has a chance to come back in this 4th quarter if we get the 28-6. I don't see it with the way that the offense has looked in that 3rd quarter. And there, you were really close after that play and wipe it off the board.
3rd and 11 now. It's Coach Walker still out on the field.
And now, look, that was 3rd down and 4.
Yeah.
And now that penalty happened, they're going to say a yard shy of the stick, so it's 3rd and 11 now.
Yeah. Ball at the 28-yard line of Martinsburg now. 2 receivers going to each side for Dick. Play clock at 10 as they're just getting the play in. Dick barking out the call. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Tugwell snaps it back. Dick dropping back the pass, stepping up in the pocket, now trying to roll out to his right. He's going to just chuck it to the near sideline out of bounds. There was a receiver in the area. It was Villa. It would have been nowhere close enough for a 1st down, but he felt the pressure, did the right job there, Dick, putting it to the near sideline, avoiding the turnover. But on comes the punt team.
And Villa was open, but there was some pressure that I think threw off Brian Dick from his spot. That's that sort of play maybe you can make with some more experience, but there you go. That's the 2nd drive that's been directly ended by a penalty.
Dick on to punt. Cooper back to return for Morgantown. Snaps back. Dick runs a little bit to his right before booting it away. And it's going to roll inside the 30, still going to the 25, and will finally stop at the 23-yard line here with 10:19 to go. And again, a flag.
Roughing the kicker?
No. Okay, there we go. It's a personal foul against Morgantown. He originally said it was personal foul against Martinsburg, but they've changed it to Morgantown.
Well, where did this happen?
The flag is currently on the field at the 25-yard line, but now the referee's going over to talk with Sean Beiser, the head coach of the Mohigans. I didn't see what the personal foul is.
It doesn't look like anybody ran into Brian Dick on the punt. First down, Martinsburg.
There you go. That's a huge change of momentum here. It looked like Morgantown was going to get the offense back out onto the field, but the personal foul penalty against the Mohigans keeps the Bulldogs offense out there with 10:19 to go here in the fourth quarter and the 21-6 lead.
Penalties. It can totally reshape a game. We saw it reshape the Martinsburg drive where they had the punt instead of being. And now Morgantown flips it, gives it right back, returns the favor. Now the Martinsburg offense is back out on the field, up by 2 touchdowns, only 10 minutes left in the game.
The officials still conversing with one another, making sure that they are 100% thorough and accurate here with the call.
I mean, if it was just some sort of action that was a personal foul during the play, it should just be 15 yards from the previous spot.
You also mentioned earlier here in the broadcast, Dylan, they had to pool officials from other games in the area to make sure they had a full crew here tonight because of the big-time matchup between number 1 Morgantown and, of course, the defending state champion Martinsburg Bulldogs. So now our referee coming over to talk with Coach Dave Walker now here on the near sideline. And it looks like
now Morgantown's offense is going back on the field.
Defense is coming out and Morgantown's offense coming out.
What happened there?
So not sure what happened.
So I guess I assume without us really having a microphone on the ref,
Mitch Shaw, head referee, no microphone on him.
My only thought would be that the foul happened after the play, which would mean that Morgantown has the possession, and then it's 15 yards from the spot of the end of the punt where Morgantown had it.
I guess so, as Morgantown will have the ball at the 11-yard line for them.
The confusing thing is the flag was back near the punt. It would have had to have been something to do with what was happening during the blocking of the play or right after it.
Twig goes with the handoff. Big run up the middle across the 20 and brought down at the 23-yard line is Thompson. First down, Morgantown.
Right at the marker.
It's Cofield bringing them down.
So Martinsburg, you got to wipe your memory clean from that. Don't let whatever just happened there get in your head. We had a little bit of a stoppage. Don't let that mess with you because this is Morgantown's one of their last chances to get back in this.
RPO pass caught on the near side from Twig to Cooper, who tries to make a few men miss and able to get it to the 25-yard line before being wrapped up, making it second down after the gain of 3, so it's 2nd and 7. Two receivers to each side for Twig. 9.5 minutes remaining here. Clock rolling in this fourth quarter. It's Martinsburg 21, Morgantown 6. Mohigans still haven't scored a touchdown here tonight. Points coming off 2 field goals. Some communication issues defensively. Martinsburg wasn't lined up fully. Still trying to go as the play ensues, and it's a screen pass on the far side caught by Cooper. Gets it across the 30 and brought down just shy of the 35 at the 33-yard line for another Morgantown first down. So now they flip the personnel around. Martinsburg trying to sub a player off. Able to do so here is Twig Takes the snap, dropping back the pass, looking here on the near side. It's a slant route in the middle field, caught by Cooper, who jukes past Todd across the 45 in Martinsburg and tackled at the 41 of the Bulldogs for the first down for the Mohigans.
Got a slant flat combination on the left side. Cooper runs the slant. Zone coverage opens up things in that middle portion of the field. Nice throw by Twig to read it correctly.
Morgantown moving the ball here in the fourth quarter. Two receivers near side, one to the far side. Tight end to the left side of the line. Twig sends the tight end in motion from left to right as he takes the snap, dropping back the pass, stepping up in the pocket, wanted to go deep, and instead is going to be sacked by Kane Whip again. Whip brings him down at the 44-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play, making it 2nd and 13.
Kane Whip having himself a really big game. And that could be critical, the way that Morgantown was starting to get momentum down the field. Now you put them behind the chains, 2nd and 14. Or 13, let's call it.
3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Twig, shotgun formation. Tailback to his left. He gets the snap, dropping back the pass. And it's a curl route caught in the middle of the field at the far side hash marks by Cooper. And he's brought down at the 42-yard line. Sounds like there's some music for some reason being played, and it's not by the band, as it's 3rd down and 7. For some reason, the PA system playing some music here.
I don't know what that's about, yeah.
Morgantown's coaching staff not happy with it as the 3rd down play. Twig dropping back the pass. Pocket collapses, and Urias gets him! Whip helped out. Another sack. Twig brought down at the 45-yard line. 4th down and long. Decision time for the Mohigans with 6:50 to go here in the 4th.
They can't give this ball back to Martinsburg. There's not enough time.
The offense staying out there. It's Martinsburg 21, Morgantown 6. 4th and a country mile. Twig, play action pass, dropping back. Is he going to get sacked again? He somehow evades it, but from behind he throws it away, and it's caught by Thompson. Thompson at the 40, at the 45, at the 30. Did he get it? No. They say he stepped out a yard short. Turnover on downs. Martinsburg gets the ball back. Wow. What a play. It looked like Twig was going to get sacked from behind by Burse, and he just underhand chucks it to Thompson in front of him, who had a wide open far sideline, and he steps out of bounds a yard shy. 6:22 to go here in the 4th. Turnover on downs. Bulldog ball. 21-6. Martinsburg leads Morgantown.
I feel like I'm going to have to watch that play like 4 times to really comprehend it.
Dick gets the snap, rolls to his right, throws it in stride to Todd here on the near side, who makes a man miss. And will go out of bounds at the 50-yard line as he's pushed out there by Blunts, but a flag thrown as it looks like a holding penalty against one of Martinsburg's receivers, potentially. No, a block in the back, it looks like, says the official, as Coach Walker trying to plead his player's case here.
If they're calling this on Kyle Avila, I don't like it. I don't think it's a good call. Because I saw him put a hand up on the corner there on the outside as Boston Todd went by. And I don't think it's a good call if that is where the penalty is.
It's another penalty against Martinsburg. Will back up the Bulldogs to the 36-yard line since the play was downfield. So it's still 1st down after that penalty accepted as well. It's a 1st and I believe 6. So even with the penalty, you're still able to gain 4 yards.
Yep, 10 yards from the spot.
Dick handing it off to Myers, who's trying to follow his blockers, able to get it to about the 38.5-yard line, and now a late flag flies in after the play. Things are getting heated down there. between Martinsburg and Morgantown. Got 6:08 left here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers. Representing accident injury claims for over 50 years, go to skinnerwins.com, as well as CMA Honda Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike in Winchester. Call 540-686-1622 at CMA Honda Winchester. Owners just care more about you. Officials still trying to figure out what they want to call here. Personal foul against Morgantown, and that'll be it. So the chains will move. Martinsburg will have the ball inside Morgantown territory now at the 46 of the Mohigans.
I feel like it had to be a player saying something, because I just went back and watched the replay, and I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. And if so, that is crazy time to have yourself an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty like that.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Man in motion. It's a read option for the man in motion as Dick keeps it instead of handing it off to Todd for the jet sweep. Goes up the middle and will be tackled at the 40-yard line. So a gain of 6, making it 2nd down and 4. Both teams still with 3 timeouts, so that'll come into play here. 21-6, Martinsburg leading number 1 Morgantown with 5:35 in a rolling clock here in the fourth quarter right now.
With every new set of downs, you should be able to run about 2 minutes off of this clock. Take it all the way down. Get your play ready. Snap it with 5 seconds or less.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right again. Myers in the backfield alongside Dick. Gets the snap, hands it off to Myers, who bounces it to the left, goes up the middle, cutting back up to the right, across the 35 and brought down just shy of the 30, and give him the 32-yard line for another Martinsburg first down.
One of the better runs of the day for Kevin Myers. Only his 5th carry. They really have not gone to the running backs in this one. 6 total carries for the running backs.
2 receivers to each side now. Under 5 minutes left here in the fourth. Dick gets set, takes the snap. Quarterback power up the middle. Slips through one tackle and another and still on his feet. Bouncing it to the outside. There goes Dick. 10-5. End zone touchdown. 4:40 to go in the fourth. 27-6. Martinsburg leading Morgantown. It's like that undefeated season is coming to an end here tonight for the Mohigans.
Brian Dick is just a brute. Yeah, give him some blocking. He is a great athlete. He's explosive, and he can just power through. He's got great balance and lower body strength. Be able to push through tackles. If nothing else, the blocking and his explosiveness was just going to get him at least 6, 8, 10 yards, but then he turns him into a touchdown.
Cody Page makes it 28-6, 4:40 to go here in the fourth. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Jonathan Bodwell Insurance Solutions. We've been serving the Eastern Panhandle with their insurance needs for 20 years. We specialize in Medicare and health insurance plans. Medicare can be scary. We help seniors navigate the Medicare maze and not get taken advantage of by the call centers. We give honest, local advice on your insurance. We're located in the Aiken Center, 304-283-0864.
We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Martinsburg, they're back if they had ever left. 28-6, they lead the undefeated Morgantown Mohigans as Cody Page kick. Caught at the 5 on the far side. And returned across the 20 and tripped up is the return man at the 23-yard line. Is in on the return was Zachary Estep. Let's get our scoring drive summary now, please, Dylan. Brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions.
4 plays to go, 63 yards. It's a 32-yard touchdown run by Brian Dick, makes it 28-6, and I think the hay is in the barn, Colin.
Let's see if Morgantown can score a touchdown. They still haven't done that here tonight. The 6 points off 2 field goals, and it looks like we have the officials discussing amongst themselves yet again here. Not sure what about this time. It looks like there is a flag, so that has to be it. What it is? No clue. But it looks like it's against Morgantown.
Maddox Twig was not sacked in the first half. Second half, he's been sacked 4 times. Incredible second half from the Martinsburg defense.
I mean, they've looked like their best by far tonight.
Absolutely.
Of all season. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line is where the Mohigans will begin their drive. With 4:34 to go in the 4th. Twig. Yeah, it's the snap. And it's immediately blown up as he was trying to hand it off. And no, that's not Twig. That's actually Matt Henage, the backup quarterback, in now.
Yep. Yeah.
Interesting development here. It looks like Morgantown just...
I think they're waving the white flag.
Waving the white flag, yeah.
So it looks like I don't see Carter Cooper out there. I don't see Thompson out there.
Henage out there at quarterback now. It was a loss of 2, making it 2nd and 12. Henage going to keep it himself and go right into Ricketts again. And then Whip helps finish the job. A gain of about 1 on that play, making it 3rd and 11. Martinsburg is going to knock off the number 1 team in the state here tonight, the Morgantown Mohigans. It's Morgantown's undefeated run coming to an end. And Martinsburg's winning streak will go now to 5. Henage handing it off to his running back, who goes up the middle across the 20 to the 21-yard line, trying to see who exactly that is for the Mohigans. It looks like it's Carson Keeling. 5'7", 180-pound junior. And that'll make it 4th down and 3. And on comes the punt team.
And there's still, 4-ish minutes left in this one. So I'm a little surprised that they pulled it that early, but I think if Twig was sort of playing through injury, you saw him limping around on that.
Well, he's out there to punt still.
Yeah, I guess somebody's got to do it.
And his punt, a moon ball. It's going to bounce at the 48-yard line and roll inside the 40 on the far sideline before stopping at the 37-yard line of Martinsburg. 2:25 to go here in the ball game. It is Martinsburg 28, Morgantown 6. What a game here tonight for Martinsburg. A statement win tonight as
huge
talk around the state with the 2 losses that it's not a Martinsburg team. I don't see that here tonight. Martinsburg still clearly the defending state champions and maybe even the favorites again this year. Who knows?
Huntington did beat them.
They did.
So
we'll give them the respect.
I think you do have to give them an edge. We're going to see Huntington take on George Washington here. I think
I believe that's next week because Jefferson takes on George Washington this week.
Yeah,
and that's tomorrow.
I was thinking out if it was next week or 2 weeks from now, but that'll be a huge test of who's left at the top, I guess, with Martinsburg now.
Yeah, Martinsburg might not be at the top of the playoff ratings, but when you
Not
look at
next,
power
not
ratings,
in a week or two, but
right.
maybe by the end of the season. But of course, Martinsburg's still got to play Spring Mills, a couple others. But I mean, Morgantown shut out Spring Mills.
That they did. Next week it's Washington, and then it's Spring Mills, then it's the bye, and then it's Hurricane. All here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Starter staying out there offensively. Dick. Halfback toss here to the near side. It's Kingston McDonald Gibson at the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Talk about another explosive run for Taco Bell.
Live Mox.
2:13 to go in the fourth. 34-6. Martinsburg adding on here against Morgantown.
Martinsburg likes to think outside the bun, Colin.
That was a Baja Blast.
Wow, what an exclamation point on this game.
Page on to attempt the point after. High snap, Dick brings it down. Page's PAT, no good. He missed it wide right. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with more West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
We welcome you back here as Page, short end over end kick here. Fair caught at the 20-yard line. Scoring drive summary? Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett needs it. Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions.
Was that 2 plays? The 62-yard touchdown run by Kingston McDonald Gibson? Or was that even the first play of the drive?
I think that was the first.
All right, there you go. Colin, we do have an interesting game going on in college football right now. I'll let this play get off before I reference it.
And 1st and 10 at the 21, by the way, is where they say the fair catch was.
It is a relevant game to the Eastern Panhandle.
2 receivers to each side. Senage handing it off, and it's a run up the middle across the 30, and brought down is the running back at the 34-yard line, as again, that is Carson Keeling. Go ahead, Dylan.
Tied at 21 at the half is number 24 USF and undefeated North Texas, or as Russell Goodacre would call them, the Fighting Joel Gordons against the Fighting Doug Dorners. Joel Gordon, former offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach for Shepherd University. Cam Dorner leading the way for North Texas. Shepherd transfer, 5 catches, 83 yards for the Mean Green.
34-6 our score here is Henage. Shotgun formation. Handing it off to Keeling again, who tries to go up the middle, but is stopped by Burson at the 36-yard line. And that'll make it 2nd down and 8. You can tune into Shepherd football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube tomorrow afternoon. 11:30 pregame coverage. Noon kickoff as the Shepherd Rams host the Westchester Golden Rams. Minute remaining here in the ball game. Henage with 3 receivers to right, 1 to the left. Keeling to his right. Gets the snap. It's a quarterback draw. He's going to go right into the arms of Kovacs before being brought down. It's Martinsburg now starting to unloaded, bench as well here in garbage time. The Bulldogs with the statement win here tonight, knocking off the undefeated number 1 Morgantown Mohigans, and it wasn't even close. 34-6 will be the final score. Martinsburg will improve to 5-2, as there is a second difference between the game clock and the play clock, so I don't think Morgantown's going to waste its time and put one more play off, as both teams heading to the 50-yard line. The Bulldog fans in attendance on their feet for a round of applause as Martinsburg gets the upset here tonight over Morgantown. Again, final score, Martinsburg 34 and Morgantown 6. Step aside, take a 2-minute break, and after that, we'll have our post-game show here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden-Melville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome back. What a night for Martinsburg. They knock off the Morgantown Mohigans 34-6. Morgantown undefeated. No more. Martinsburg improves its win streak to 5 straight. They are now 5-2. Post-game coverage brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edward Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Dylan Bishop down on the field waiting for him to grab David Walker, our victorious head coach for Martinsburg, for a post-game interview, as it looks like they are both making their way over here, as trying to get them into position right now is Dylan, as best as we possibly can. So it looks like Dylan trying to get there. Dylan?
Can you hear me up there, Colin?
I can hear you. Hopefully it stays that way. Vernon, if you can get him over to make sure his camera's on you. Whenever you're ready, Dylan, go ahead, sir.
All right, here with Coach Walker. Coach, it ends up being a dominant defensive performance for you guys. 6 points allowed for Morgantown, none in the second half. You get 4 sacks of Maddox Twig in that second half. Your defense especially, what did you feel you guys were able to do right to shut them down, not let them in the end zone?
I just thought we played really fast. We played physical. We bend a little bit, but we didn't break. Had a really great goal line stand down there to hold them to a field goal. Just proud of the effort. I think that was the main thing. And then it started with practice. Thought we had a great week of practice, and the guys really showed it tonight.
on the offensive side, you end up with 28 points on the board. That opening drive looked like you went down the field really easily. There was some tug and pull from there afterwards when it came to whether you guys were able to get things going. What did you feel like you guys were able to do well on offense versus some struggles that you had to figure out as the game went on?
Well, I mean, I thought we kind of just took what they gave us. We took advantage of some opportunities. We took a couple of shots, but they're a good football team. So we're not going to be able to go out and just throw 40 on them in the first half. So our guys, we had to be meticulous what we were doing, and every drive was really important. And a couple holding calls are just drive killers, and we had that there in the first half and second half. So we've got to clean that up. But I thought offensively we had a good game plan, and I thought the guys executed it pretty well.
And just in general, you guys had the number 1 team in the state ranked right now come into your place, and you guys beat them pretty handily in the end, decisively at the very least. What does that say about your team?
Well, where we started, 7-8 weeks ago, where we are now is two different areas. But there's still a lot of room for improvement. I'm just proud of the effort and the work they put in, because we've coached them pretty hard and they've responded. But we still haven't played as well as we're really capable of. So we hopefully we peak, in the incoming weeks and even later down the road.
I'll just lastly ask, what do you feel like are some of the biggest differences between, say, those first 2 games against Camden and Huntington versus tonight?
Well, I think experience is one thing. We're playing a lot of young guys, and I think they've grown up a little bit. We still make some mistakes, some mental mistakes, and we make some schematic mistakes. But I think overall, it's just the repetition and the experience and just coming and going to work every day. And it's not so much about putting in work. A lot of people want to talk about, you work hard, but it's got to be competitive work, and you got to be able to compete. And I'd rather, I want somebody that's going to work hard and compete, not somebody that's just going to come in and, say they work hard.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Back to you, Colin.
Thank you to Dylan. Happy that worked as well. It's been tough for us here tonight. Let's step aside, take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, Dylan's going to come back up here, join me. We'll get our post-game stats, give out our awards, and wrap things up. Again, final score, Martinsburg 34, Morgantown 6. A 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. It's perfect for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's local market. Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. A perfect mix of white and dark meat for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's local market.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Welcome back here to the post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Martinsburg 34, Morgantown 6. tonight's final score as the Bulldogs with the statement win, the biggest win of the season for Martinsburg, who was viewed by many as the underdog here tonight. Didn't look like it, though, on the field. Absolutely dominant over the undefeated number 1 team in 4A, the Morgantown Mohigans. Dylan still trying to tally up all of our unofficial post-game stats, which are brought to you by your local full-service archery pro shop, Fort Evans Archery of Inwood. Call 304-229-7064 or visit fortevans.com. You good over there, Dylan? Ready to go? Let me turn your mic up here first for you.
I was ready other than making sure my mic, my mic was up. But, yeah, I am ready over here. Let's start with Morgantown. Maddox Twig goes 10 for 17, and I do actually have to do some adding up on his yardage here. He had 23, 49, 55, 68 yards passing in the second half to go with his 29 that he had before that. I'm actually writing this out, not doing this in my head this time. 97 yards passing on the day for Maddox Twig. Ends up with 16 carries for 93 yards rushing. And if you remember from the first half, he had 106 going into halftime. So with 4 sacks, he ends the second half with negative 13 yards in the third and fourth quarters on the ground. Carter Cooper, 6 catches, 53 yards, also had 2 carries. Isaiah Thompson, 7 carries, only gets 20 yards. He was averaging 9 yards a carry coming into this game. Brian Dick for Martinsburg. Here on the Martinsburg side, 14 for 17, 162 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns. Also carries the ball 15 times for 78 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown, the 32-yarder that really sealed the deal. Kevin Myers, only 5 carries, 25 yards. Kingston McDonald Gibson, 2 carries, 67 yards, 62 of them on a touchdown run. Boston Todd on the ground got 4 carries. They only went for 22 yards. But then through the air, 8 catches, 102 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. And you got some catches along the way. A 1-yard touchdown run by Ty Ricketts in there in that first half on the quarterback sneak.
Anything else?
I could throw in some tertiary, like secondary stats here. Kevin Myers, 2 catches, 17 yards. Ty Ricketts, 2 catches, 24. Villa had a catch for 6 yards. Wally had a catch for 12 yards. And that's about it.
All right, there you go. Post-game stats again. Final score, Martinsburg 34, Morgantown 6. Let's get to our awards. It's going to be a tough one here tonight. Play of the game brought to you by CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop in, see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road, Martinsburg, or call 304-263-8821. CMA, they're moving lives forward.
I think it's going to have to be the Boston Todd second touchdown catch, the great pass down the sideline. I wasn't sure if you were going to go there since we have a catch of the game as well, but I'm not going to stop you from giving it 2 awards. I think
that was one of the best balls I've ever seen thrown.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the play of the game. I think it just has to be.
So there you go. How about our collision of the game brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
I'm going to give this co-collisions of the game that happened back-to-back. Kane Whip, Frankie Urias, that really sealed the deal for Morgantown. Going down in this one when they needed a score and the offensive line didn't hold up. Martinsburg gets it done. 2 straight sacks by Kane Whip, Frankie Urias.
Catch of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. You doing it?
I mean, let's give that an honorable. Can I give it to the play from Morgantown on the fourth down for the throw?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that mixed with the what I've already given, the play of the game, the Brian Dick, Boston Todd second touchdown through the air. But I got to give an honorable mention to Morgantown for that play that almost converted the 4th and 14 to where I don't even know how Twig got that off. Wild that it was out of bounds, 1 yard short. But, yeah, what a game.
Lastly, player of the game brought to you by CMA Honda Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike in Winchester. Call 540-686-1622 at CMA Honda Winchester. Owners just care more about you.
Brian Dick, 14 for 17, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns, 15 carries, 78 yards on the ground, a touchdown on the ground as well, 3 total touchdowns in the end. I think that adds up to 240 total yards, rushing and passing, and an honorable mention to, I think, Kane Whipp.
I was going to say the entire defense here tonight. I mean,
Urias,
to
Whipp.
hold Morgantown to 6 points, no touchdowns. How many sacks was it here tonight? 4 sacks?
All in the second half.
Incredible night all around for the defense.
It really was. Yeah, you got to give credit to those guys up front. With Kovacs as well, Griffith, they were subbing some guys in and out.
Yeah, Burson, Whipp.
Frankie,
Carson Knight,
of course,
and, big game.
And credit to the corners who got beat a couple times, but not in a way that Maddox Twig could take advantage of. So the coverage was tight enough. So it kept Carter Cooper quiet for a lot of the first half, and an overall dominant defensive performance.
That's going to wrap things up for us here in the Matt Miller broadcast booth. Again, 34-6. Martinsburg gets the victory over Morgantown to improve to 5-2. Morgantown falls to 6-1. The Mohigans undefeated no more. For Kyler High, who you will hear from here shortly with the postgame scoreboard show, our camera crew tonight: Vernon Dale Paquel, Jillian Haynes, Ethan Elliott, Rodney Watcher, on-site producer Donna Schaffner alongside me, Dylan Bishop. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off here from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
So the other day, a judge asked me how much younger I am.
Well, the other day, a judge asked me how much taller I am.
But who's the better lawyer?
Well, that's an easy one.
At Skinner, we don't leave results to chance. We fight for what you deserve. If you're hurt in almost heaven, dial the 7s.
Double or nothing.
SkinnerWins.com.
Hi, I'm Hoppy Kercheval, a longtime radio host and Peak Advantage member. I'm excited to share the great news that you now have the option to join Peak Advantage Medicare plans, West Virginia's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, created for you by local trusted doctors partnering with WVU Medicine and Valley Health. Our plans include a $0 premium plan option, including dental, vision, hearing, prescriptions, flex card, and more. If you'd like to become a member of Peak Advantage or have more questions, contact our local team today at 1-877-478-5545.
Welcome into the post-game show brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Your final score, as you heard before they left, 34-6. Martinsburg getting 20 points since halftime to put them up over the number 1 team in the upset of the state, possibly. Other games in the area have gone final for your EPAC games. You have Jefferson and George Washington, who are to play tomorrow. Southern Harwood, Maryland, at Washington, 28-12 is what. I apologize. Washington has beaten Southern Harwood 28-12. Musselman dominating over Boonesboro 37-14. Last check we had was Albert Gallatin, PA, beating Hedgesville 40-7. Another game that was also going on in the state of West Virginia, not an EPAC game because Spring Mills is on a bye this week, is Huntington, who actually has gotten a touchdown since I have put this up there. So they are now winning 35-3. Other games in the state of West Virginia, you have Fairmont Senior, who is a AAA team playing Wheeling Park, and that game is a very close game in the fourth quarter, 42. So a 3-point game. In the fourth quarter, that game is almost gone final. Every game that you just saw was final, is that we believe, except for the Huntington and Hedgesville game. Another game that you also have is Connellsville, PA at University. University is beating Connellsville 45-12 in the fourth quarter. Another game also is Woodrow Wilson versus Riverside, the number 7 versus 16 team, 21-12 in the third quarter. Another game is Oak Hill versus Capital, which is a AAA team. Capital is beating Oak Hill 14-7. Another game that is also going on in West Virginia, who's in the third quarter, is Parkersburg South is beating Hurricane, who's looking in at number 17. 42-14 is your almost final score there. They're about to start the fourth quarter, so it'll be a tough comeback. Everything else is final to my beliefs. I don't have any other scores for you. With Spring Mills being on a bye week, it throws everything off. And George Washington also playing tomorrow versus Jefferson. So that's a Saturday game. They get some college feeling to it because it's a Saturday afternoon game. Tomorrow, speaking of college football and afternoon games, Shepherd football plays against Westchester at home for their second home game of the season. That pregame coverage will start at 11:30, and the game will start around 12. So tune into that if you want some more football for your Saturday and support your local Shepherd Rams. And with that, have a great night. I am Kyler High with Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck and Matzeroff Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.